Howdy, folks. Welcome back to another Reseller Niche podcast, live working hangout thingamajig. And we're off to the races again. Let's see what we can get done today. Okay. And it's a lovely, what is it? Wednesday. Yeah, it is Wednesday. Lovely Wednesday morning. Weather in Sacramento is what? 38 degrees. A toasty 38 degrees. With 3% chance of rain and 1 mile per hour wind. All right. My computer is lagging a little bit. Oh yeah, definitely lagging. Okay. All right, so what's on the agenda today? Agenda today is to go over and list as many things as possible. There he is.
It's the Mo, you know. What's going on, Mo G?
Not much, man. What's going on?
Good morning.
What do we? Oh, good morning to you. What did we decide your nickname was? I got to.
Your nickname is Mo G.
No, but your nickname.
My name is Leroy.
No, you gotta have a nickname. If I get a nickname, you got a nickname. I'm telling you, it's gotta be something like robotic, like Leroy 100K or Leroy.
I just like, honestly, I just like Leroy. I do. All my family.
You already have a cool name, Leroy Blood. So I mean,
yeah.
I think that's the coolest name anyway. So
yeah, I don't know. When I was growing up, all my family had nicknames, and I thank God, Mo, that I didn't get.
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna put you through that then.
A lot of the black families, they have the names. Like I got cousins. Like one of my cousins, her name is Baby. The other one's name is Dodo. The other one's name.
I'm sorry. I should laugh.
Hey, the other one's name is Chops. Oh yeah. So I didn't get the name. I was just because I was Leroy's son, so I was just Leroy.
Gotcha.
There was Junior. There was a bunch of them. I was like, you know what? After I got old, I was like, I'll stick with Leroy. That works.
All right. I won't put you through that then.
I don't know. I don't know if no hat is gonna work. This light is beaming off me. I look funny.
No, I mean, go with whatever works, man. Looks clean. Looks good.
I went yesterday, get trimmed up a little bit, try to look a little bit better, a little sort of scraggly, you know. I love
Yeah.
the barber. I love the barbershop. Growing up in the barbershop is really like a cultural thing for me, but it's what I was raised.
Gotcha.
You know, before I moved with the Germanos, I was raised by my dad's sister, and you know they're black, and it was like you go to the barbershop on Saturday. You sit
Yeah.
in the chair, you joke around with the old guys, and they're talking football, and they're talking Michael Jackson. I mean, I don't know what black barbershop doesn't talk about football or Michael Jackson.
I wonder who they replaced him with now, though. Who they replaced him with now? It's
I
so football.
was there yesterday in football and Michael Jackson.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they talk about a lot of stuff, but it's like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, you know, a lot of other things. But it's, you know, like you see in the movie Coming to America. Goodness, that
Yes.
movie was made in the what 25 years ago, almost 30 years ago. What were they talking about? Muhammad Ali.
Rocky Marciano versus Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. So good morning. I'm sorry, I'm a little. I'm up this morning.
That's
I was
good.
up late. I was up late last night with those guys, chasing those guys around. Oh, that's like a part-time job.
I saw them. I think it was. See, my time was like 9:30, and they were just getting started.
I pulled out of there at 3:30.
Oh my goodness! I don't know how you do it. I don't know how they do it.
I don't need much sleep.
I wish I was like that. I used to be like that.
So,
Now I'm at the point where sometimes if I sleep too late, I'll miss that. You know, when you can't really sleep, like I'll push through it so far that I'm not sleepy anymore.
yeah.
If it's like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, something like that. Yeah, that's why I try not to do that. But still, it's
Waiting for I ordered some new photo stuff the other night. I didn't talk to you yesterday, so I ordered some lights.
Yes.
I ordered some lights. I ordered background. I ordered some white duct tape. I think that was and some Ziploc bags.
Okay.
I ordered 1,000 Ziploc bags, 8x8, I think they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those Ziploc bags, you can't. Those are invaluable. I go through a ton of Ziploc bags. I go through a lot.
Do you have a seamer?
I do. I don't use it as much as I used to.
Really?
To get out the air of the bag, you put it in there, and you kind of like.
No.
Not that big?
Just to seal the bag.
I don't, because to be honest, I don't use it anymore. I used to do that when I was in the shipping store. We used to use thousands of these bags.
I use them. I use them so I don't waste a lot of bags. So if I just have like this, I'm not selling the Lonnie knife, but if I have this, I could just put it in half of the bag.
Yeah.
Cut the bag, boop.
Save on plastic. I mean, that's environmentally that's conscious. I mean, that's a good thing.
That's sort of where I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. I do have a seamer. Long story short, I don't use it too much. It's sitting on my shelf.
I got 3 of them.
Yeah, I remember the first time I got it. We did this job for this guy. He was selling, I don't know what the hell he was selling, but it was some kind of advertising thing, little plastic little things. And we must have done like 2,000 of these things in like 10 days. Like just, yeah. So
repetitive, like a jewelry.
Yeah, I got so sick of using that thing. But you have to, because to save on the shipping space, it's not even the weight sometimes. It's just the space because they're very,
I cover everything. So a lot of people have covered bins. My bins are open.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just another added protection.
Gotcha.
So
that's good.
If anything gets wet or anything, it's
exactly. That's it right there. So you're not really protecting it from getting broken. You're protecting it from. You're keeping it in one piece, and you're protecting it from moisture.
Yeah, I put my tags on them, and they're ready to go.
And then the thing we used to do actually a lot was when there's stuff that you don't want to mark up, you don't want to put a sticker on it, but you want to get it that close to where you basically are. So I put it around my phone, but it's basically on the phone, right? It's exactly right there. So it's basically on the piece, but it's not on the piece.
Yeah, because I use labels. I use labels on everything.
Yeah. So. Especially when you got lots of like more than 5 pieces, 10 pieces. Like do you have like little sets of stuff that's not in a box sometimes?
Sometimes.
Okay. Because we used to send, people would bring us basically a box that was fully, it looked like junk, and they shipped this, so we'd have to sort them into little things so they wouldn't get lost.
Oh snap! How much? Hold on 1 second.
Big sale.
No, your boy Nate is. He sends me pictures of tools. He's like my secret shopper.
Wow.
He's at a flea market today, but I don't go to that one. Let's see. Hold on 1 second, buddy.
So your time. He's up and about. Nice.
No, he's always up. That kid, forget about it. I'll never get him on here. He's not that kind of guy. But there's a Wednesday flea market here that it's about an hour away from me. It's very cold over there. A lot of windy, dark roads, and I don't really care for that.
I hate that too.
And my picking there is not as good as it is at my other spot.
You think it's maybe the other people thinking the same thing as you? Like, I don't want to come all the way down here.
No, it's packed.
Oh, it is packed. Okay.
It's packed with antiques. A lot of antiques.
No.
Are you doing water or coffee? There's no way there's coffee in that plastic cup.
No. I was saying that I didn't want to be late. So, and this time it wasn't me that was, the computer took a little while to wind up there.
We should just say, listen, until we get like 20 people waiting for us, we should be like, listen, between 9 and 9:30 p.m. Then you don't have to rush. And
if I say that officially in my head, my lazy internal clock would be like, all right, 30 more minutes.
Not with me. Not with me. I'll keep you on point.
Yeah. Once I get up, I'm good. It's just the getting up part.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to step out in like a couple minutes. I'm going to make myself. I'll set the coffee. I'll come back and then.
Okay.
Because that will help me.
Yeah, it gets me all. It doesn't. I don't get like hype over coffee. I just. Wow, I got a really bad scratch on these glasses. These glasses are trash. All right.
I have my old ones. Actually, the weird thing was when COVID started, my old glasses started to peel. I've never seen them before. And I couldn't get new ones. And I was trying to order them online. They're, oh, yeah, I'll be here. And then like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I'm like, great. So I'm looking through this peeled lens for like a month or two.
If they ever close Walmart, I'll be in trouble.
Yeah, we're kind of dependent on Walmart.
I buy all my clothes from Walmart. I buy my eyeglasses from Walmart.
See, you're lucky. So your eyeglass number must not be too high then if you can buy your glasses from Walmart, because
my what must not be too bad?
Like the number on the prescription must not be like, because I have relatives that like number is like if they took off their glasses, they'd be blind. They wouldn't be able to tell you. They wouldn't even be able to see your shadow. It'd be that bad.
You yourself?
Me, I'm okay. I think I'm -3 or something like that. So I'm not great.
I don't know the numbers, but
if you can, I think that the way it works, the way I can tell if you're really bad or not, like if you were to take off your glasses, turn around, you can read that Steelers sign behind you, right? Like if you took off.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah. Pick something in the room that's relatively small.
I got something in front of me. It's it looks like an envelope. It's about, I want to say about 30 inches in front of me.
Does it have letters you can read or numbers?
Yeah, if I take off my glasses, I can read the P.O. box and the address and phone number, but it is blurry. And that's only a few inches away from me. Like not a few inches, but 30 inches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your eyes are not that bad, I think. I'd say
I've been wearing glasses since I was 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I've had glasses since I was 10 or 11. I didn't really wear them until like probably high school because I couldn't see the board. That was when I started.
Oh God, no!
But yeah.
I don't pay that high for tools. You're out of your mind. No.
Oh, you put an offer in?
Yeah, he said 40 for one and 75 for the other. They can keep him.
I have this guy that's harassing me. I got something listed for $4.99, and he's all, "I'll give you $10." Like through eBay. I'm like, okay. So I went back and I responded $489.99, and then his response is $11. So I'm like, all right, whatever, man. What do you do with super low ball offers? Like it's way off.
Thank you. Have a great day. I hope I give him a thank you. Have a great day. Delete.
Yeah.
I don't get him a lot. I don't.
It's a seller. I could see.
Before I know you got to leave to go do what you got to do. Sometime today, maybe before we get people in.
Yes.
Since we didn't get together yesterday, I'm having a problem. I have a customer. He's been wicked patient, like weeks patient.
Okay.
He wants a partial refund.
Okay.
And I don't know how to give him a partial refund because he didn't put in a case, and I need to do it through managed payments.
Okay. Let me go in. I've done this before. I'm going to go into my side and see if I'll test it out on my side, and then I'll show you where to go. Hold on. I did this like a couple weeks back. You know who showed me how to do it? I saw a video from Ryan, Galaxy Flips.
Okay.
Yeah. He had a video on it, how to do it. But then he also said that it varies. For some weird reason, your account will vary. Like everyone's like, if you have a brand new 2020 eBay account or an account from like 2015, it could look slightly different. Like the screen will look different. All right, so I'm going to go to paid and shipped. Maybe you could follow me along here. I'm going to click on paid.
I'm jumping on to eBay.
Okay. I'm just going to pick a random item that's already been shipped. I'm going to see if we can go most of the way there.
Oh, no. I can't see you. Where's Mo? Mo, where are you?
Okay. It's not that hard. I could show you how to do it without even, yeah. Okay. Let me go back.
All right, I am on eBay, and what I see is eBay to the left, and up on the top, it's just my regular homepage. Up to the left, I see seller and my eBay.
Okay, do it this way since this is how I found it. Go to, you see where it says, are you at the seller hub?
Not yet. I got to type my eBay.
All right, go there.
Okay.
And then the second drop down is orders.
Yep.
And then click on paid and shipped.
Oh, hold on. What did I just do?
It's okay. Just go back.
Paid and shipped. Paid and shipped. Okay.
And then search for the item you're talking about.
Oh my God.
You have a lot of items.
No, this is crazy because I never go to paid and shipped. You would go to sold and I have to scroll all the way through sold on that page. I never did this.
This one piece, it sorts it, I think, by date.
Okay. I'll tell you right now it does. Yeah, new to old. Yep.
Okay, so don't click on it yet. You see there's a drop-down menu. It will have the
ship. I haven't found the item.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
I'm still looking for the item. It was way back, man. It was way back.
That's a good thing. You're selling a lot of stuff.
He was super patient. It was like 2 weeks ago.
So it's probably like December, I don't know.
Yeah, it was December. Right now I'm at December. I don't know because my screen's not big enough. Hold on.
I always go by the picture because otherwise it's hard to read the like.
Yeah, the date. Yeah. I'm at December 19th, so it was before then. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you, Charlie? December 19th, December 14th. Goodness, was it before then? Wow, no wonder I'm surprised this guy hasn't killed me yet.
Well, sometimes when you add the shipping time too, it might be even like a week earlier or something.
Mm-hmm. Was it before the bag? I don't think. Oh, there it is. December 5th. Jesus.
Okay, right where it says delivered and the date, there's
Okay. Slow
there's
down.
a drop down menu. Click
It
the
says
drop.
delivery date. Yep. Okay.
Click that little arrow that's pointing down
Yep.
the drop down menu, and then
Yep.
search for where it says send refund.
Send refund. Okay.
And then click on that, and there you'll see the very top will say refund the buyer, and it'll say
Yep.
select a reason, and then you can just say something like whatever, other adjustment. That's the easiest one.
Okay.
Just click on that, and you don't have to even type anything in. It's optional, so you can just skip that if he knows what he's talking about. If you want to, you can just say partial refund. That's what
Yeah.
Something
Hold on
like
one second. Hold on one second. Partial refund.
Yep.
Thank you for your patience.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. And then it has a refund number, like how
So
much.
this is where you type in whatever you want to type in. If it's the full amount, if it's partial refund, like you said, I would type in that number, and it should update.
Yeah. Okay. And then review and refund.
Exactly.
So this is really easy. I'll probably forget it.
Nah, it's okay. eBay. The funny thing about eBay is, for a company this big, they make their site a little bit hard to find.
Your refund has been. Hold on one second, Mo. I gotta take a picture so I can send it to the guy.
Okay.
I always take a picture, and then send them. Like, my customer service, I feel, is really good because I just try
like
to
packaging. Then it's good.
Yeah, I try to do like people say though. You know how like people will say, like, think that you're the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you're the buyer. So
exactly.
You're buying it for someone. How would you take it? Like, how do you know?
That's true. I mean, would you want to buy from you?
Yeah. Yep. Well, how would you because like I've been hearing so many people talking about the what do you call it? About their complaints with shipping.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be honest with you. This is the only refund that I've made. And I told you, this is way back in December 8th.
Yes.
And it's not shipping it related.
Yep. I mean, I'm kind of with you there a little bit. I got a lot of nearlies, and I don't do nearly as many, I don't ship nearly as many items as some of these people. So that's part of it too. So if you're doing that, then it's inevitable. It's a numbers game. But for me, I should have done a video on shipping. I'll give you an example. I had a painting that I shipped. It wasn't painting. It was a framed glass thing. They got it, I want to say end of December. They said, "Oh, I don't like this, but I want to return this," right around Christmas. So I said, "Oh, okay, fine, return the item." And then they shipped it back in the same packaging that I shipped to them in. So when I got it, I picked it up, I could hear the clinking of the glass. I'm like, okay, that's not good. So before I opened it, I called eBay and I said, what do I do? I got this box back. It sounds like glass. I know what it is. So let me know. And the guy said, okay, wait with me on the phone. He said, he pulled up the number, the order number, and I cut it. Like, he wasn't watching it. He could hear me though. I said, okay, can you hear the glass? He said, oh yeah. He said, okay. It's a return. So I cut it open. He said, look at it. And I looked at it and I said, it's broken glass. He said, hold on. He typed it in there right there. He closed their case. But the weird thing is, he didn't charge either of us. Like, that guy I was going to get the return shipping back because he had got I was going to have to pay for everything. He would have got a refund. He didn't. He still gave that guy the refund, but he didn't charge me for it. eBay took it.
Okay.
Even though he sent it back, I didn't really go in. I mean, it's pretty obvious though. He didn't package it correctly, but
I thank you for that help, and you did it. When it comes to this computer stuff, Mo, I'm hands on. I'm an open book, but my education is not 100% there. So the way that you explained it, and you did a great job, and I appreciate that.
I don't know.
I give you a hug through the screen, just a
virtual hug. No,
It would have took me for, and it's funny because people are like, oh, well, you say that you've been selling on eBay for 20 years. Yeah, I have, but eBay changes every day.
Yes. And they don't make it easy. Like I said, to find things. The eBay site, like the Amazon site, is easier to actually work around. Like Amazon is, I guess, ruder in a sense, like when you talk to them.
Yeah.
But their site is straightforward. eBay's site is not so straightforward. Like I'm looking at it, and there's look at the drop. My menu, my eBay, the summary, there's recent reviews, bids, offers, watch list. All these things you don't really even need, half of them. And then I always just go straight to selling when I'm on eBay. I don't know about you. I go straight to selling, which is the seller hub. Yeah. So I'm always thinking, whenever people get confused, I say, oh, I'm going to seller hub. They're like, I don't see that. It's because eBay calls it selling on the drop down. Maybe that's a silly little thing. You see what I mean? Why wouldn't you call it the same thing? So all these kind of little things will throw people off. So I don't know.
No sales in the last couple of days. I had sale yesterday.
Mine picked up yesterday, but the day before that was dead. Like
I told you about before yesterday. Yesterday I got 20 listings in. Actually, I got 24 listings in.
Nice.
Because I did 19 on the show, and then I pulled off and went and got a haircut and stuff, and came back to the warehouse and did 4 more.
Okay.
So I think it was like 24 total. So that was cool. I think what I'm gonna do is I think you have you're gonna go walk out for a second.
I'll probably wait till I'm guessing their alarm will go off in the next 15-20 minutes.
Okay. All right. And then
I'll wait for that.
I'm gonna switch. What do I got for battery over here? Yeah.
Go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
switch over to the other section.
Okay.
So I can I want to take some pictures.
Nice.
Get some pictures down so I can get some stuff over here set up like I did yesterday. It was so nice. So I'm gonna get up for a couple minutes.
Okay. Go for it.
Yesterday I was doing some you see like faucets, like older faucets and stuff, like shut valves, gate valves. This one right here is a $20 piece.
Nice.
Yeah, just an old. I bought where is she? Did I throw her away? Goodness gracious, where'd she go? I don't know what I do. I thought she was right here somewhere. I bought a box. When I bought all that stuff the other day, I bought a box. I didn't show you guys. I might have showed you. Did I show you the box of fittings? Did I hold it up and show it?
Yeah. I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I sold that for. I bought that for like $8, and it had all these fittings in it. I have a lot here. This gate valve, these other 2 gate valves, and a couple other ones, and I'm potting them out for like $10, $12 after shipping. So that box will make me hopefully about $50.
Sounds good, man. That's awesome. I need to start printing some stuff out that's been sitting. I was watching, I forget whose video. Somebody was talking about that. I think it was OS Trader or something like that. He's around Sacramento too, but that's what he did too. He said he bought something and he was going to try and sell it as is, broken. And he just took a screwdriver and just took it apart, and he's got it in like 6 different pieces now. And he said that will make him $200 as opposed to the maybe $50 he would have got.
Yeah, I got some blowers under here, some gas powered blowers.
You can take apart a blower?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was like one piece.
No, like an outside blower, like a leaf blower, gas powered leaf blower.
Oh, it's gas. I have a. What do I have? Is mine gas powered? I don't know what the heck mine is.
How do you not know if it's gas powered or not, Mo?
I don't know these things.
I don't know if I put gas.
I don't know. It supposedly is. That's all I know. No, I think it's electric. I think I plug it in the wall. That's why.
Plug it in? Okay. All right.
So that would be different then, right?
You can still take my pot. I mean, Tommy was saying last night he watches the show more than we think, because he was on when I was explaining to you that they were teasing, and he was on that whole time, but he was in the background lurking because he said it word for word what I was saying. That I mixed up on the words. I said Diggable Planet.
Yeah, that's right. For a second, I was looking up Diggle. I'm like, Diggle Planets? I've
Yeah.
heard of them, but are they that Humpty? I
Yeah,
mean,
and he was like, he goes, Leroy, they're trying to figure me out. They're like, we're trying to figure him out. So yeah, he gets excited and he gets like he didn't say ghetto. He said like gangster. He gets gangster, but then he winds himself back in.
you got that Northeastern gangster thing going on, man.
And I tell my mom, my foster mom, I tell her every time I talk to her, I was like, Ma, I was like, these guys think that I'm Italian. I was like, they think that I'm Italian.
You sound like it. I hate the stereotype, but yeah. That's a good thing, though. I like it.
She has that old, her name, well, I call her Mom, but like the kids call her Nonny. That's an Italian grandma.
Yeah.
And I try to explain to Louis when he comes on and say, oh, how your Italian grandma used to say. I was like, my grandmother didn't talk like that, Louis. He's like, I'm sorry. Wasn't really that kind of potty. But anyway.
Does she have like a regular, I guess, New England?
She had an Italian accent and stuff.
Okay.
But, God, that was like 30 years ago. So I don't remember the words that she said. I never had to learn the words that she said. You know what I mean? So our cultures are different. Like, yeah, she said certain things, but I don't remember that stuff. So my yesterday, Mo, real quick. Yesterday I'm at the barbershop. I go in. It's new barbershop for me. I walk in, it's in the mall. Little girl's at the counter. She's like, can I help you? She's young. I'm like, yeah, I'd like to see. Do you have any openings so I can I need to get a haircut today? You taking appointments? How's this? How you working? Oh yeah, I have 2 barbers that are ready. I mean, that are cutting right now, and then as soon as they're done, you'll be one of the next ones. I said, okay. This girl was 9, Mo. She was answering the phone, scheduling appointments on the phone, doing credit cards on the phone. She was running the dang thing. She was running it. I said to her, you the boss. She goes, no, my daddy's the boss. I said, no, you the boss. She's like,
and she's respectful.
Oh, she's on the phone and she's talking. And then I had her father. Her father is the owner. Her father was my papa. And he was like, she's been here since she was a little kid. She's been watching. I mean, she's 9 now. He goes, I've had this.
She's a little kid. She is a little kid.
Yeah. But she's 9 now. She's been there since she was 7. He's been there since she was 7. So he's like, she just always paid attention. And then she said, Daddy, I'll help. And he's like, I don't like to pressure her because she's not my employee. She's my daughter.
Yeah.
So
maybe
he's
that's
like,
part of it right there. Is I know if that was my parents. I mean, my parents are pretty laid back, but they wouldn't be acting that nice. They'd be like, go do this, go do that.
Yeah, he goes over and he'll straighten her out if she's a little lost. But man, she's scheduling appointments. She's on the phone, Mo, like you were with me. Okay, so do you have the eBay? Do you have the app for it? Okay, so if you go into the app, go into your phone, go to Google, okay, type in Crazy Cuts, and the app, it will ask you, allow the app to come in. I'm like, what? This little girl is a mess. I was like, she's going to be a beast when she grows up.
I think that's the future. These kids are going to, 9-year-olds are already running the world.
I told my daughter, I went, and of course I got to call my daughter and then give her a hard time. I'm like, what are you doing wrong? But I didn't say that. But I
tell my 8-year-old that. She'll just give me a funny look. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
They don't, there's no like drive. But like my daughter knows, but she doesn't care.
You have to want to.
Yeah. He's like, God.
No, I was just all I was gonna say is actually with my son and my daughter is a big difference. Actually, my daughter's a lot better. Like I was taking like I don't know an estate sale or something like that. I remember taking her on an estate sale when she was probably 3,
Oh, Bianca too, yeah.
and
Hey,
then
Michael, what's going on, sir? How you doing this morning?
all right. Let's see. I'm counting the delay in the chat here. That's 5 seconds. What do we count? Okay, about 9-10 seconds. There we go. See, that's when I got it.
Wow. Now, Michael is the postal worker, correct?
Yes, Mississippi.
Okay. Mississippi.
Yes, rural carrier.
I like that name.
Mississippi.
Now, in Mississippi, I mean, you wouldn't know this. You're not from Mississippi, but is that where like they have Cajun people in Mississippi? They must, right?
Maybe Michael can answer this. Let's see if he's Cajun. Would that be? Let's see.
I was good until I got called in on my day off. Push through it.
No.
Push through it, Michael. We know you can, buddy. We know you got called in because they needed the best guy for the job, buddy.
There you go. According to Wikipedia, many ended up on the west of the Mississippi River, and it is.
Yeah, but mainly Louisiana, he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Michael, my favorite show was Swamp People. I sort of finally fell off of it, but between Swamp People and American Pickers, that's about the History Channels. That's a lot of TV for me. That's
I don't get the History Channel, but I see Swamp. Have I seen Swamp Pickers? I don't know.
You know which one that is? That's the one.
Love it. I don't think I've watched it, but I've seen a lot of American Pickers.
Oh, Swamp People. That's the one with Troy. Shoot him! Shoot the alligator! That's a big alligator.
It sounds so familiar. I don't think I watched it that much though.
Shoot him! Shoot him! And they got captions on the bottom to explain what the guy's trying to say. I'm like, oh, you kidding me?
Hilarious. Because I mean, I see that a lot with like English shows. They have like someone has like a thick English accent. They'll have like the subtitles on the bottom too.
Yeah.
Like really, I can understand them. Shoot him. Shoot him.
Shoot him. Shoot him. That's a big alligator.
That's good stuff. I'm going to have to put that. I bet Swamp Pickers is on something. I have Netflix and Amazon Prime and all those. That's what I watch. I don't have cable. I don't have regular TV.
Okay. We got cable with the apartment, so that's how we have, we got cable that way.
Yeah, we used to for years and years and years, but we cut the cord, I don't know, 5 years ago.
I know I got this light here that doesn't help, but it's going to have to be like that for a little while.
Do what you got to do. Business.
When I get my new lights, I actually got them for the house.
Okay.
Because in February, in about next week through the end of February, it actually gets cold in here.
Got it.
To where there's a little heater. He tries to keep it at like 50.
Yeah, you got to be careful too. You don't want to have it. I think Hulu has it. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, you got to be careful with the space heaters. You don't want it to gather dust or anything like that.
Oh no, it's not. It's a gas heater that he has up in the top.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah,
okay.
But he only keeps it at like 50.
To be honest, with heaters, all you have to do is increase the heat. That's what you notice. Like even if it's like 40 degrees and you go to 50, you'll feel warm.
Yeah.
So. All right. All right. I'm gonna be back in a few then because I heard.
Okay, hold on. Let me just switch it over so I can see the chat. I mean, there's nobody around.
Go for it.
Let me just get the chat so I can see it. I can get rid of Google. Actually, I can put YouTube up here. Let me look for Moji. There's Moji. And there's me. Oh, God, I'm ugly. And I'll push this over here. Good. Okay. All right. Thank you.
See you in a few.
That's it for me.
I'm just going to mute this.
Yeah, Michael. Are you at the post office, Michael? Still picking your orders, or are you on the road already? Yes, guys. So this is my little setup. Just we got this overhead light, and this is a bulb. If you like, just one big bulb. It works, but I got a new setup coming. Actually for the house, but I'll end up transferring it here. Or if I like it, I'll make it work here. Just this is a rigid reamer, a big rigid reamer. Take some pictures of this. I take pictures of my label first, then my item, step back, get if there's any numbers or model numbers or the name of the item itself. I use these little plastic clear, they're like little jewelry props, I think, but I use them sometimes to keep my item to stand up so I can see it better. Take a picture with my ruler of the whole thing. Give them a good inside look here. Okay, move that out. Okay. Get my down the alley look. Over the hill. Total tape measure. And then I am done. A lot of people like to use their phone and do them and list them at the same time. I like to get all my listings, all my pitches done, and then what I do is I'll use on this one I can use tape because it's a big boy and it's not gonna hurt the metal. Put a little piece of tape and then tape my tag to it. So I have my tag, just my SKU number here. I'll tape that on the top of it, and she's done. The pitches are done. Got a label on it. That's it. I'll be right back, guys. This is that compressor will go off in a second, guys. On these, so this item, I know it's over a pound. So this item, I know it's over a pound. So what I'll do is I'll take it and on my tag, I put P-pad. So I know I'm going to put it in a priority padded flat rate envelope. I just do that. It's easier for me. It's probably a process that I don't need to do, but it works for me. Oh, I got a sale. That's awesome. First thing in the morning. To 9. She's an Armstrong. Let me put this on here. NO number 991 or 9. Sometimes I don't know if it's an I or with these tools. I don't know if it's an I or an R. It's weird sometimes. I do use. I like to use these, like the bread ties. I like to use these bread ties. What I do is sometimes I'll cut them. Like these are a little long, so I'll cut them in half. Um, and if I need to tie them to tie cables together or anything like that, um, that's what I'll use. Then I'll take the bread tie, put it through, just tie it up, and then I put my label to that, and then I'm good. Like I said, I probably do a lot of unnecessary steps, but that's what sort of works for me. Like they say, right, guys, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So that's sort of my little motto with that. Hey, there he is. Julian was up late with me last night, and he's still back at it again. Julian dropping all the answers last night, all the questions last night. Julian, you run and you do whatever way wants to work for you. Like they said last night, you could change it up, or you have a lot of experience in a lot of other things. But if that's something you're trying to get away from, and you just want to start something new, you do you, baby. That's the way I look at it, and pull that into whatever you pull your experiences into whatever you're gonna go into. Because if you try to chase people around, it gets confusing. I did construction for years, and not saying I loved it, but it was a moneymaker for me. It was a good moneymaker. I was a union laborer. But at the end of the day, I took that experience that I learned, and that helps me with a lot of the tools that a lot of people wouldn't even deal with, like these. So this is a pipe threader, big heavy duty pipe threader for like sprinkler pipes and stuff. Most people wouldn't even know what they are, because I did construction for a long time. I didn't work literally use them myself, but I've seen guys all day using them. So I remember what they're for. That's why I said to you, Julian, the other day, I said, hey, you have any contacts? Because you know about the clothes, about even probably, I don't know how far you got into it, but you might even know about like equipment or programs that they use, pitches or anything like that. Every business, you got to buy something to make the business work. So you do know stuff from that business. So that's what I was explaining to you last time I had talked to you. Hey, having fun flipping. Good morning, sir. How are you? Mo just went to go check on the kids, and he'll be back in a minute. I'm just taking some pictures. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Julian, are you listening this morning? What are you doing, boss? Michael said he got called in to work today. Have fun flipping. So he is working today. They needed the best guy for the job, so he got called in. Nice. That's awesome. What kind of graphics? Like anything that you could do for the community, or that you would do, or you just do it? You just do a little bit for like a client, and you keep it that way. I know some people, they don't like to mix the two. If they do like any other graphics, or if they can do any other things, they rather not do it. They just do it limited. Somebody else might have asked you this, I think, but I'm not sure. That probably does mean more work for him. I would not be surprised. Oh, I see, Julian. Cool. Steak for dinner. Don't start about steak for dinner already. It's too early for that stuff now. Come on. You're gonna get me all excited and hungry at 9:30 in the morning. Actually, 10 now. Writing some labels for my numbers. Julian, how many things do you have in your store right now? In your eBay store? I believe that's the only platform you're on. This item is a little dirty. I usually try to clean them up, but there's not big money in this, so it's going to be an as-is type deal. 59 active. You know, it's better than none, right, buddy? Yeah, I understand. Trust me, I'm full time and I only have 350. So I feel my turn through rate is pretty good. I usually sell, I mean, in my last 90 days, I've sold over 300 and about 320, and I got 300 in my store. So I think my turn through rate is pretty good. I think Mo went back to sleep, guys. When he comes back, just ask him. Ask him if he went back to sleep. He started the show, and he said he was going to get coffee. I don't know if he was going to Michigan or if he just went to go find his beans. Not too sure, but I think he either went to go make coffee or he went back to bed. So think I'm gonna get on a bunch of smalls here. Had a bunch of smalls. I had them in a set, nice little Mac set, but they didn't sell. So I'm gonna switch it around a little bit, and I think I'll be able to get the money out of them if I do them a different way. Yeah, what I was asking for the whole thing, I can get out of about 10 of these sockets. It'll be a little bit more work, but I could just sell similar and do it that way. Because I feel that this way didn't work. So sometimes you got to change it up a little bit. That's awesome. 4 items for $1,000. There's nothing wrong with that. Sorry, I'm quiet, guys. Just writing some serial numbers down on my tags. If you guys ever see any Mac or Snap-on sockets like this, if they're Mac or Snap-on, probably looking at about, I mean, you can fetch out to about a $20 bill out of them, but honestly, you're probably looking at about $12 a piece. But if you see a bunch of them, that's decent money if you can get them for $1 a piece. So always keep a lookout for Mac or Snap-on tools. Probably can't see it, guys. I list mine at $12.99 with shipping, so I only make about $7 out of them. But I like to move them, so. So, Michael, you're in a vehicle, right? You're not in a walking route? I know you probably heard of Joey Bada Bing. He said he normally drives, but sometimes he's on a walking route. Where I grew up in Rhode Island, where my parents live still. They still have walking routes around the whole neighborhood where we were. Do old tools sell? Yes, they do. You got to know about them. There's a lot to know. I am not an expert on old tools, but I know enough to get me in trouble. But you also can take them apart and still make money on them. Stanley, a lot of Stanley stuff. There's a lot of collectors for Stanley planes and chisels. I sold some chisels about a month back, and they were probably I probably got about $18 a piece for them. I mean, it's not a lot, but it is if you have a box of 15 of them. In my eyes, tried to sell them together and it didn't work. Separated them all, like I'm doing with these sockets. Sometimes it's a pain in the neck and people don't want to deal with them. But myself, I'll sit here and write labels, and I don't mind because these little $8 sales, they add up. You'd be surprised, and usually it's a drawer. It will get them into your store, and they'll keep shopping because they figure, oh, I only got $8, and they'll continue shopping. They'll spend 25, spend 30, 50. You never know, you know. So I don't mind, and it changes it up for me too, and it's a quick ship. I mean, I drop them in a bag and call it a day. Oh, I see, Michael. Okay. Michael, you got called in today, and Mo took the day off. I think Mo called in sick today. He came in, and he called in sick. That's okay. I do that to him too. He could say that about me. Sometimes I'm at the flea market, and he holds the fort down. So I'll give him some slack. Seven people watching. Hey, Kent, how are you, sir? If I didn't say hello, thank you for stopping in. We will probably be here. I'm not sure with West Coast time, but I know East Coast time will probably be here till about 12:30. Then there's another show that comes on, and we don't like to overlap Dan, Mike, and Art Vandelay. There he is.
How's it
Good
going?
morning, good morning, sir. Welcome to the morning show. This is the Mo G show and Leroy.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sorry about the delay there.
Delay? He went and took a nap.
I did. No, my son was giving me a little bit of aggro.
Oh boy. It's been a while. He's been pretty good. They've been pretty good. So they deserve.
Yeah, they've been pretty good. Today he just got up and he's like, my gloves aren't going on well. I'm like, why do you need gloves? You're fine.
Gloves?
Yeah.
You don't keep the heat on for those kids? Goodness gracious. What's really going on? Mo, what is really going on over there?
No, when we come downstairs, it's cold. So it's cold in the morning. That's why I'm always wearing a beanie down here.
What is really going on over there?
Not much. Not much. No,
the wife goes to work and Mo freezes the kids. Goodness.
That's right. If you freeze a kid, they wake up faster.
They wake up faster.
A warm kid will keep sleeping. And this is California, so it's not like the coldest. Good morning. Hey, Kent, Michael. Yeah, how's it going, man? And Julian, right? 3Gen Hustle. That's Julian.
That's Julian. Yep. Yeah. Julian was a trooper. He was up with me last night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Let's see. They sold 4 items close to $1,000. Wow.
That's what I said.
That is awesome.
Look, if I make $1,000 in 2 weeks.
I mean, we're still in gift card season right now, but then I guess I don't know, this is different. We're in different territory now because of COVID. It's all kind of out of whack.
It's all jibber-jabbing up.
Yeah, all over the place. So, but getting back to that thing you were talking about, what was it? Returns and late feedback. One thing I do is, I think I made a video on this too. You can always check on that. You can see if you're about to get a late feedback.
You showed me that.
Yeah. So you just go on to help and contact. I do this one of the first things I do every morning, actually, because it shows you your next cycle, the future cycle. And then you can go through all that. I mean, it won't necessarily get rid of it, but at least you see it coming. And right now I'm pretty good. I'm a little annoyed because I have, what is my percentage now? It is, where is it? Okay, my late shipment rate is 0.09%, so I'm a little annoyed at that. Otherwise, I have 100% on uploaded tracking. I have that, but then I have 0.09 late shipment rate, and that one I can't get rid of. I'm
probably, let me go check. I'm probably there too.
It was perfect other than that.
I'm probably low. I'm probably, I don't normally check that, but let me see. So where do I go, Mo?
Seller Hub, and then scroll. I scroll all the way down.
Okay.
Actually, not all. It's kind of in the middle for mine. And it says seller level region.
Yeah. Come on. Okay. It's a seller level region USA, right?
Yeah. And then scroll down a little bit, you see the percentages there.
Okay. Late shipping rate?
Yep.
Yep. 0.08%.
Oh no, you're one below me. You beat me. I'm 0.09%.
Okay. Yeah, but you also have 1,000 things in your store, so
well,
I'm pretty high if you think of it that way. Tracking, uploading on time. What are you there?
Oh, that's 100%.
Oh, I'm 98.60.
Okay, so it's probably like one package, then I'm guessing.
Cases closed within seller, without seller
Resolution. That I'm 0.
Yeah, I'm 16. 0.16. I don't pay attention to any of this.
If you can, because I know you don't have cases, but like if that builds up, then it can be kind of a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I check this stuff first thing just in case.
Yeah.
Man, I missed a lot of chat. $1,000. Wow.
Roll through these.
Yeah, I took a bunch of pictures. That's what I'm going to be doing after this. Just listing.
I'm actually just doing small sockets.
Okay.
I had them all together in a set, and they sat for a while, and I didn't sell. So now I'm going to separate them.
Yeah.
And then I'm only going to fetch about $7 a piece.
Okay.
But I got 20 of them, and $7 a piece. They'll all sell within. That's my. I'll put them on for 12. Then you $3 shipping, 3 and change shipping.
Yeah.
And then fees, and they'll push out within a month or so. So I'm okay with that.
I sell a lot of my stuff after like 6 months, to be honest. 9 months. So a month, I'd be happy with a month.
And they're super easy ship. I mean, goodness. I still put bubble wrap on them. Yeah, see them all. Put them in a little. Seeing the bags done.
Yeah, nice. I need to start doing that again, especially with my little things, little action figure cards.
Like I said, my steps are probably too much, but that's just what works for me.
Yeah, whatever is your system, whatever works.
I do like a picture of the tag, and then a picture of then I put them in the plastic. So it's probably a lot of unnecessary steps. But if it ain't broken, don't fix it, in my eyes.
Exactly.
It's just nice, like when I go look for my pictures, because I do go back with the labels and doing sockets like this. I can go back. I can just go to the label. Boop, I know which socket it is because I have the item number on it, the weight's already on it, and the size and everything. So it's
Okay.
just, I think it saves me in the end. I might feel that it's a lot of unnecessary steps. I don't never when I'm selling these sockets, I never get questions. What size are they? How long is it? What drive size is it? I do all that legwork in the beginning.
Well, that's good. You get that out of the way. You know. Nope. Finally got my coffee. Take it easy, Julian.
Julian, take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Go do what you gotta do. We'll be back. We'll be here. Probably 12:30 my time mode today. Because Dan, Mike, and I forgot the other one's name. Because Dan is actually Art, right?
Art Vandelay.
Yeah, I think his real name is Dan.
Okay.
I think it's Mike, and I forgot. I know Mike is January House, and then Philly Picker. I forget his name.
Okay.
Joe. His name is Joe. So they come on at 1 today.
Gotcha.
Do you watch that show often, or?
I do a little. The only thing is that when I get off here, what I usually do is I usually either eat or I package and I go out to ship.
Oh, okay.
So I do, but I don't catch the whole thing.
Yeah, because Mike, Dan is hilarious. They just pick on him, and he just takes it like a champ. I think it's becoming more of the what did Dan do show.
Art Vandal. Well, with a name like Art Vandelay, I've got much respect because I know you don't watch TV, but I'm pretty sure that's a Seinfeld reference. So
yeah, I think if Tracy and Tommy, if he would be up and Tracy and Tommy didn't have Krillin, he would definitely be Krillin fill-in.
A Krillin film.
A Krillin fill-in. You know, when I'm in other chats, the percentage thing comes up all the time now.
It does?
Oh, it's actually funny.
I need to get you a
other chats and they're like, hey, Leroy, don't forget your 10%. I'm like, oh, my God.
I need to get you a T-shirt that says that. Don't forget Leroy's 10%.
What's his name has shipping on top? Lonnie. Lonnie's is shipping on top. Leroy says, don't forget my 10%.
That's good stuff.
Picture of the tag with the product, picture of the name, down the alley, over the hill, and then next to the tape measure.
There you go.
I don't know what I'm getting. Look at the pictures.
They always say that. Stupid questions. Like the title will say something like, I don't know, extra large T-shirt, and they'll say, "What size is it?" I'm like,
medium.
What do you think? But I didn't see that. I'm like, what did you not see? How do you not see the title? That's like a magic act, on its own. I mean, avoiding the title.
Mm-hmm. I got these. You see me with these sleeves? With this, it's a big roll of sleeves.
Yeah.
I got these cards about a year ago from Matt Part-Time Picker. He had a couple of rolls of them. He bought out some guy. And I bought one of them off him. And I'm only a 16th into the roll. I'll have this roll till the day I die.
It's not a bad thing. We used to go through those rolls. We used to have rolls hanging left and right. We used to have the bubble wrap roll, the foam roll, the cardboard roll, the plastic roll.
I would have a lot of bubble wrap still if I didn't use bubble wrap as a potting gift every time I meet a reseller.
Mm.
I've given out more than half of my bubble wrap. Like when I meet somebody, not you, but when I meet somebody, like in person, I always bring a gift.
You bring bubble wrap?
Yeah, I give them a roll of bubble wrap.
That's how you know you're a reseller. Somebody gives you a roll of bubble wrap.
Listen, the people that I gave to, I bet you they haven't asked me yet where I get it, but you saw how big my rolls are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting a $60 roll of bubble wrap, and it's big. So I couldn't ship it to you because it costs too much, even though it's light.
Exactly.
It's so big.
Mo had every roll out with the rolls.
This is what I have left. This is what I have left, and this is half a roll.
You got the industrial U-line, or whatever company.
It's not U-line though. I get it locally.
Oh, okay.
And I have to buy. Is it 4 or 3? I have to buy 4 rolls.
Yeah, and it comes on a pallet sometimes. Oh, yeah. If you had it shipped, it would come on a pallet.
Yeah, yep. I have to buy 4 rolls, and it cost me $135. And I give half of it away. Let's see what the chat is doing.
Hey, Cindy, how's it going?
David, Julian, Joe. Yeah, Joe. No roll for me. No roll for you.
No, because he said I got every roll there except the Rolls Royce. I said, yeah, that's true. I might have a miniature one in the garage somewhere. Rolls Royce.
When I meet you, you'll get a roll. I can't bring it on the plane though.
You can just bring one bubble. How about that?
Just one bubble?
Yeah, that'll fit. That's expensive to ship.
One bubble.
One bubble.
Well,
it'll be popular.
If I did this, would that be too much, buddy?
Yeah, that's a little too much. Enough to wrap a penny in.
That's about okay. That's fine.
There you go.
Send me your address. I'll send you some bubble wrap. Yeah.
It costs less. That costs more to send it than the worth of bubble wrap.
Guys, you never guess what I got in the mail. Look what my buddy Leroy sent me. Send me some bubble wrap, guys. Check this out. Look at this thing. It's amazing.
I gotta hide that from my kids. My daughter will pull it and start jumping on it.
Oh.
Or she used to when I had the store. Wow. Straight to.
Yeah, I don't slack when it comes to supplies. I try to buy enough, even though I'm small.
Well, you're never out then. That's good.
I mean, and if I run out of bubble wrap, I have the foam paper, I call it.
Yeah.
That I get for free.
Nice.
And I have a stack of that in my other garage. It's this stuff here, Mo.
Yeah.
That works excellent for shipping as well. It's just, to me, it's just as good as bubble wrap for what I ship.
It is, because it's the thing about bubble wrap is it turns into a plastic bag if it gets popped. Well, if you use the bigger bubbles. We used to use both, and then we'd have to be careful not to use the bigger bubbles and crush things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that foam.
Yeah, that stuff, and I try to. I've said this before, but I always say it because, and now that I actually work there once in a while, the furniture store.
Yeah.
You get that stuff from a furniture store. You go there and you talk to the manager and say, "Hey, how are you? I'm a reseller. I see you guys get a lot of plastic, cardboard, and the foam paper. If there's any way you could put it aside for me, or ask for whoever's in charge of the loading dock.
Mm-hmm.
Throw them a $5 gift card. You'll see a box. They'll have a box for you like every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And you'll have to pull away because you'll get so much. Because I had to tell them, like, listen, I will come and tell you when I need it because I don't want you to put it aside and waste space in the warehouse.
Morning, Tracy. How's it going?
Is that the Tracy?
The Tracy.
Good morning, Tracy. How are you, man?
Oh man, I ran out of. Yeah, I need to get out and about and make some more acquaintances. The money's in the contacts.
Yeah, it definitely is. This will be an easy listing day. I'll make one list. I'll make one verbal listing, and they look at the size and done.
All right, this guy's gonna go.
Oh, there you go, Mo.
Yeah.
I got one earlier, but I didn't look at it. What do you got there? $15 sale?
Not much more. I think it's 40 plus shipping. It is a Action Man. So the UK's equivalent to G.I. Joe. They call it Action Man.
You said $40?
Yeah, 40 plus shipping, I think.
That's a good sale for me. I'm happy with a $40 sale.
I got a whole thing of I buy lots of random toys, so it was in there.
Yep. No. Would you pay for the lot?
About $40 for the entire lot, and I think it was 6 or 8 like figures and like a bunch of like accessories. I already sold like 3 or 4. Yeah, this one, they're long tail, like super long tail, like 6 months, a year. But then you'll sell 40 here, 80 there, maybe 20 there. So it'll probably turn into $200-300 when I'm done.
That's 10 items, Mo.
Nice. See, that's why you need that plastic.
Yeah. Tracy, no hat today. No hat today, Tracy. I went to the barber shop yesterday, got clean cut. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna rock no hat today.
There you go. You're not cold? Oh, something else.
I'm cold. My body's cold. I got my jacket though, but now I'm next to the heater, so I'm good.
Oh, okay. All right.
Was that another sale, or was that the finish?
No, it's another one. The Disney things are starting to go now too. Remember those figurines? I only listed a little bit. I moved on to the metal ones. I need to finish listing those. All right.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Yeah, vintage toys. Those are a lot of. I just like looking them up. I didn't have a lot of those toys when I was a kid. Not because I couldn't, but just because my parents were kind of cheap. But I need to cut too. I've been wearing a hat too much lately. Yeah, it's too cold in here too. Oh, in about a month, 6 weeks, I'll be able to wear shorts and a t-shirt. But you only get about 2.5 months of winter, I'd say. It's cold.
We get about 3, I think.
You get about 3. Yeah, mid-November it gets cold, or November it gets cold. November it's bearable. December is cold. January will be cold. February will half of February.
But it's not as bad. It's not, for me, it's not as bad as up north. So
yeah, this is nothing compared to where you were in the Northeast.
Yeah.
There's no snow around me. Barely rains.
Even when it's not snowing, it's, when you're working in Boston and you're up in a high rise and it's 14 degrees out.
Yeah, that's that's tough.
Oh, and that's one of the reasons why I got out of it. I mean, it was 80 grand a year. I mean, I was making very good money, but like my body was just, you wake up in the morning, you're out of the house at 4:45 to drive up to Boston for an hour, to work until 3, get home at 4, almost 5 o'clock. If you don't have Boston traffic on the way home.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice getting, $1,200 check plus eBay on the side plus flea markets, but my body is just, carrying sheetrock and stuff at 46 years old is not a fun thing.
You're taking it up steps, I'm guessing, because
Oh yeah. piece of 200-pound granite to the 3rd floor, to the 14th floor, and then you get help, and they're about as useless as tits on a. And that was one of the other things. The young kids, it was brutal. I think that was worse than the work. Trying to just keep up with them. It was not me keep up with them. Trying to keep up with the bull crap.
Well, they just didn't want to do it.
Oh yeah, excuses. I go to the bathroom. I go have a cigarette. I'm gonna be late. My daughter ate the homework. The dog peed on the car. I can't. Oh God. Oh, dude, you're making $32 an hour.
The dog peed on the car.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? They would just make excuses for everything. And I'm like, you're making $32 an hour. You know how many people in this world, in this country, would love to make $32 an hour? You wouldn't even have to tell them what time to go to work. They would just be there.
Yeah. And you know what's going to happen with all these, when we go back to regular life now, at post-COVID or whatever, it's going to be those kids that are going to have to compete with kids that aren't going to complain then. So that's what's going to be a wake-up call.
Yeah. I had a couple of guys. I had this one kid, and he didn't like me. He's like, "Oh, you're a kiss butt." I'm like, "I'm not a kiss butt. I'm going to do what the boss tells me to do with no college education at 35 years old, making $1,200 a week. If he tells me to jump, I'm going to say how high, in what direction." Like,
Yeah. Man, I found a lot of vintage stuff this last time. What is going on here? Oh, that's the same one. These guys are paying on time, though.
Mo, I'll be right back, buddy.
Okay. Yep, the cream will rise to the top. I think it's going to change. You're going to see a lot of people. That aren't. College is going to just be not an option for most people. I think it already is for a lot of people. Too expensive, too hard to get into. Now you can't even go there right now. So universities and colleges in general are in trouble. So I don't know. It's going to be a fun few years once you see how the cream rises to the top. Till 1960. Okay.
When I sit down, I get colder, so I had to put my jacket on and sitting down. But my when I was in the union, I had one of I met a guy. He was from the military, and he's still a really good friend of mine. He was in the Marines for a while, and he said to me, he goes, "You like this job?" I was about 6 months in. I said, "Yeah, it's really good." He goes, "The money's good and everything." I said, "Yeah." He made more than me. He goes, "I'm going to tell you how you can stay." And I'm like, "I'm 30 something years old. You're going to tell me how I can stay?" He goes, "Yeah, never say no. And if you're afraid to, if you say no, if you have to say no, explain why." He goes, and he goes, "For a year, never say no. The whole time you're here for a year, they need you to work overtime. Yes. They need you to move something. Yes. If you can't do it yourself, say, hey, listen, I'm going to need help, or because of this reason, but never say no." And I made it with that company for 13 years.
Nice. Because they have that trust in you. They know you're going to show up.
Yeah.
They know you're going to work.
They would, sometimes, like they had me go to New York. I had to go to New York. I worked in New York for, out of that 13 years, maybe about a year and a half, 3 months, 4 months, 3 months, you know what I mean? But I went to New York quite a few times. And that was where I told you the stories with the trash man and the oh gosh.
Papa.
Yeah, the coffee man.
Coffee.
Always had coffee.
Don't throw away my coppa.
Yeah, the coppa guy too. He was scum. He was a scum.
You gotta that's the main thing. The few people when I've hired, there's always a couple of things that they have that made them stick around. One, they showed up on. Two, they just did their jobs. That's it. Nothing fancy about it.
The main thing is you gotta show up.
Yeah. It'd be surprisingly.
Showing up is a big key.
It is. You'd be surprised how many people just say, "Oh yeah." Like I remember this is one guy, and then I don't think we even hired him. He talked my ear off on the phone, and then he never showed up. I'm like, okay. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, okay.
Main thing is you gotta show up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd go in on a Saturday, and Saturday was overtime. It'd be like $50-something an hour, and I didn't want to work that Saturday. Or I had Bianca because we were never together. Yeah. I would literally pay a babysitter like $80 for a day, or give her mother an extra $80 just so I can work because I didn't want to say no.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't know I was making that much, but I'd be like, listen, I'll give you $50. You know, take her out to the movies or whatever, and I'll pick her up Saturday at 4. I have to work. I'm trying to establish myself here.
Yeah. Well, you can't say you weren't trying there. And that's a lot of going in on. I'm guessing that's what's your 6th day in a row, 7th day in a row, something like that.
Yeah, 6th day in a row. Mm-hmm. But again, like I said, you can't say no. I mean, there's days I don't want to come in here, but I do.
I hear you.
I also have that, like, I feel that because I have a very low education, I feel that I have to try that much harder. I have that drive. Like, that's a good thing. Like, I'm not upset that my education is not where Tracy's is or yours is or Michael's is.
And you should be. You should say, like, you know what? Your effort is just as good as anybody else's. You are just as good as anybody else. Who cares what a piece of paper says anyway? So I mean,
yeah, and that's why, like, I'll look at, like, you'll see, like, a lot of people that can list a ton of things, and I'm doing all these extra steps. So why are you doing all those extra? But my sales speak for themselves. Like, I'm selling stuff. They're happy with the items. Yeah, I'm not just throwing it in a poly bag. I'm putting bubble wrap around it, but they're coming back. I don't know what my turnaround rate is, like how many come back, but I'll be honest, I feel that it's probably about a third, which is pretty big for what I sell, you know, with a small store.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of in that culture where it's getting more and more. Not only people are getting used to buying, but they're getting used to returning, shipping, all of that stuff. And it's kind of like my sister, for example. She buys, and like every single day, if I was to go over to see, as soon as I walk in the front door, there'll be a box on the ground. It'll be a return box. I know it, maybe 2 or 3. And so it's like second nature. She'll buy 5 things, she'll return 3 of them. It's just the way it is. And I think that's kind of the culture now, a little bit forever. So even in tools, I'm guessing there's, you probably have guys that will buy stuff and then all of a sudden it's just returned nearly immediately. You don't get that at all? Well, maybe it's just tools. So it's not. Because I deal with clothing, so that's probably it.
My return, I told you before, if I return, knock on wood, on my head, if I have to return, God, 1 thing every 2 months, maybe.
You're lucky. Yeah, my return rate's way higher than yours. Then I'm probably like 2.something%. Oh, you got support in the chat, Leroy. You should read the chat.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Hey, I have no college either and work. 12 years old. Yep, 12 years old. Me too. I started carrying golf bags at 14, and I actually carried on the same course with Tiger. Didn't carry for Tiger. I carried for a professional, though. If anybody knows the name, Stuart Sink.
Who was it?
I'm sorry.
Stupid. I was
He's
saying, oh, Tiger was in the Northeast, or he just played up there.
it was a Northeast Pro-Am.
Oh, gotcha.
They were still in college, and he was up there, and he was on the same course, and I caddied for a guy. His name was Stuart Sink, and they both made it to the PGA, and I caddied for this guy. I can prove it. I can go upstairs and get the autograph, his autograph, and his golf ball that he gave me when I was done.
That's cool. Do you give them advice when you're caddying too, or is it just like carrying?
When you're dealing with those guys, the advice is stay out of your way, shut your mouth, and hand them the club.
Got it. Just make sure you hand them the right club.
Yeah, I was a kid still, so I was still 19, 18. You know, they're kids as well. I mean, they were still in school.
Yeah. I always wondered how that. Well, when you're on the pro tour, those guys are like coaches. But
thank you, Tracy. I know I'm a little late getting back to that. I appreciate that. I'm trying to learn how to not learn, but like I'm so polite, and I just want to like always shout these guys out, and I need to just read it and walk away from it. But it's hard because I appreciate everybody. So
yeah, you don't have to explain yourself. You're all good.
It's tough. It's like, I've had this conversation. I ask questions like yesterday. Julian was asking a ton of questions on their show, and I ask questions too because it's like there's certain things I don't know I shouldn't say etiquette, but I don't really know the etiquette. Like they're not huge, but I look up to them. I mean,
well, it's asking. To be honest, I'm always the last one to ask a question, which is probably a bad thing because you'll end up making a mistake you didn't need to. So there's nothing wrong with asking questions. Fijian golf player. I don't know. I don't know anything about golf.
Yeah.
I think he was asking if that guy was a Fijian.
I don't know. Fiji. No, he's from South. He's from the South.
Yeah.
If you look him up, it'll come up. Stuart Sink.
Oh, Sink. S-I-N-K.
Yeah. It might be Clink. It's Clink or Sink. Here
Sink,
comes the
C-I-N-K, I think. If I'm looking at the right person. Yeah, I think that's him.
Tall white guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still playing?
Yeah, he still plays.
Well, I guess golf you could play. I mean, when do they change over to the seniors? Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly where it is, but
I'm guessing somewhere in close to 40s, 50s. Well, these days, they have to be in better shape. Back in the day, they didn't have to be in great shape. Like you hear Tiger.
I did that too with the candy. We've said that before. I used to go buy penny candy and flip it down the street. The flipping sports guy.
12 years old. My first real job at 15. Always worked. Never felt successful. Try it. Yeah, I'm the same way, Tracy. I can't say I always took my early jobs seriously, though. So I didn't work hard. You guys sound like you did a lot of hard work. My early jobs were, my early jobs were fun, though. I can't complain.
Well, you weren't a DJ at a strip club, right?
Yeah, that's true. I wish that would have been fun. No, I worked. Let me see. My earliest job was the first job I got fired from after maybe 3.5. I was selling newspapers over the phone. I was the worst salesman in the history, and this is according to them. And I believe it because I don't think I sold anything. So, calling up people at 9 a.m. Hey, would you like to buy the San Francisco Examiner or the whatever? I did not last.
I I remember the first. I don't know if anybody remembers the first job they got fired from. I
I
got
remember
fired.
it was that one.
I got fired from a job on my birthday. I
Oh,
I wasn't fast enough to be a cleaner at the movie theater. You're gonna blow all the popcorn
did
down
you have
and
like a
pick up.
17-year-old manager or assistant manager? Is that what it was?
No, no, no. But there was a couple of, no offense to anyone, but some of the other people that are from other countries, they work harder than Americans, and I had a couple of Spanish women that just, they would do 2 rooms in the time I did one.
Gotcha. Maybe it was an intimidation thing. It's like, hey, this new guy's here. Let's just push him out while we can. I mean, I noticed that with a lot of jobs where, especially when I was younger, that if I wasn't into it like the rest of them were, they would take offense to that. So I would take offense to it too. Like, you're taking pride in your work and somebody else is coming around. And my attitude back then, I would have fired me. Definitely. Hey, David, how's it going, man?
I always tried to.
I
Go ahead.
I was easily influenced, I think, especially when I was younger. But I would like just goof off when I didn't need to, and I wasn't even the loudest kid in the room. I was pretty quiet, but yeah.
I was always in school. I was always a clown because I was always in the. I don't really care. I'm very successful and I've done well, but I was in special ed for a while, so I uh, I I had only a few kids in my class, and most of them had like disabilities. I just had a learning disability. They had physical disabilities.
Gotcha.
So it was a little different for me. Like I could go to gym, they couldn't go to gym. I gained a lot of respect for people being in those classes because I had people that were blind. So I was like able to learn, like, hey, listen, just because you can't spell hippopotamus doesn't mean, you know, you're gonna fail. Like this guy can't even walk. Like this kid's in a wheelchair, and
Yeah, that's a
so
wake up call.
yeah, a huge wake up call. And I was able to be on the sports teams and everything else. So um
That's
it,
cool.
yeah, like you guys said, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to
I
go down.
was I was painfully shy when I came because I told you I moved from London to the Bay Area and right before 7th grade, like literally 2 weeks, 3 weeks before. I had a thick accent, like thick British accent. And walking, that would have been cool in high school or college, but junior high, it was brutal for seventh grade was brutal. It really was. Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I say funny with excellent with quotation marks around it.
And then my first real, like my first real job, I was a stock boy. And
Okay.
then when I was younger, I always wanted to, not as a Connie, but I like building things and
Okay.
putting things together. So I had an erector set. My uncle gave me an erector set when I was a little boy. And when I was about 16, I wanted to work at the carnival and put the rides together and take the rides apart. When I was 17, I was too young, but I lied. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm sick. Then I asked for your license.
Yeah.
I could do this. I'm good. So I started with the carnival when I was like 17. And then I started like not traveling, like living with them, but I would go and would set up tear down on a Sunday, go the next Monday, set up the rides. I was making like $350 just for the 3 days. I was getting about 100, not even 3 days, because it was just Sunday night and Monday. But I was getting almost $350, and I'd bring people. I had like a little like crew, so I would hire my friends. They would come with me. He would give me, so we get so much per ride, and then I would cut them out of it and take the because I would drive, so I would take the money out for driving.
Got it.
And we'd pool in on food. So I did that for probably did that for like 8 years, like on the side, just on the weekends. And that was like awesome money. And I just I wasn't a Connie. Like I didn't live there. I didn't, sometimes if there was a big fair, I would go and work the rides, but I wasn't like a scumbag Connie.
That's funny. It's scumbag Carney, but
No
no,
offense if anybody here was a Connie, but
I mean, that's in a movie. I forget which one. I know you don't watch movies that much, but there's somebody else says something like that. Oh, I hate carnies or something. Is it Austin Powers? I think it's Austin Powers.
well, I always have to explain myself because it's like you say Connie and it's like you get stereotyped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was far from that. Like I couldn't tell the guys what I made. Like I couldn't tell the guys at the carnival what I made. And I would go and pick it up, and the owner would pay me cash, and he'd save my money for me. Like it was cool. Like I could go talk to him tomorrow. I couldn't get a job there because now they have all foreigners, like a lot of Mexicans, and they pay those guys peanuts.
Yeah, that's the way of the world. But yeah. I mean, those types of jobs have changed in the last 20, 30 years anyway. So. But yeah, no, I've never worked at a place like that. The most interesting place I ever worked was, I never had anything super interesting actually. I think the funniest job I ever had was a college bookstore, because we literally did nothing. But it was basically a bunch of teenagers scheming to steal money from the bookstore. I didn't do that, but there was this one guy that he must have stole $100,000 worth of books, because they had cameras everywhere. So every morning what we would do is we would change the direction of the cameras. So they'd be shooting straight at like the drink machine or straight at the wall. And then what he would do is, in his break time, he would take, because there's one place where there weren't cameras. So he would take these big, thick, like medical books, walk them through the back and throw them in the dumpster. And then when he left in the evening, he'd go take them out. And then he'd sell them back to the bookstore. So not only was he stealing from the bookstore, but he was making money off them by selling it back, because he would have his friends sell them back to the bookstore. And I was just, ugh. I don't think he even ever got caught, because you work there for only like a year or 2 years and you move on.
I was a really bad little thief when I was younger. Now, like, I want to bless the world and give it, but I was a point in my life where I was always told no.
Yeah.
So growing up with my mom, doing what my mom did, and my dad always in jail, like, before I found myself, I was like, you're not telling me no. That's why I started pushing a broom at 14, 12 years old. And I was going to the stores and I was stealing. I was stealing young. I started stealing at like 7 years old. And I'd go into the store with my uncle and I would like steal all the Matchbox cars. And then I'd get caught and I'd get I won't say that A word, but I'd get beat really bad. And then I would do it again. And then one morning, and then I started like stealing from them, where I would like steal their change and stuff.
Gotcha.
And then one morning, I don't know if it was a bad dream or what, and I just woke up and I never stole again. And now I just, I'd rather not. I'd never went to jail or anything, thank God, but I got caught a few times.
I mean, the thought crossed my mind. I think I stole a candy bar once from Kmart. Yeah, it was a whatchamacallit. I remember it.
It was a whatchamacallit.
Because I had a cousin that, let's just say, he had sticky fingers.
Yeah.
And, what was the store? There's a toy store in the mall. KB Toy Stores.
Yeah, I remember KB.
Remember KB? Okay.
Yeah.
So then they had this big display. This must have been 1989, 1990, something like that. And then Skybox basketball cards just came out.
Yep.
You remember those?
Yep.
So there's a big display. I don't know why they put it right on the edge of the store. Like literally you could walk, like, you know how the stores are wide open in the mall?
Mm-hmm.
So right in the front, right in the middle. And I'm like, I was looking at that too. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I knew the second my cousin saw that, he's like, oh, okay, okay, cool. That's it. That's mine. So literally he walked by He stuck his arm out like this. He went like this, and he grabbed 2 boxes like this. And he's like, how many times do you think I can do this? I'm like, you're not. Well, I'm not. All right. I just walked away from it. I'm like, yeah. He did it like 4 or 5 times. He got like 10 boxes of Skybox cards. I'm like, you're lucky. I mean, literally, didn't they
I think there's
notice that the I mean, I guess maybe it's the 90s and the security guards and the cameras weren't what they are now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking, I'm standing next to you, so I'm like associated with you.
Yep.
And you know, back then, if you're in the group of kids, you're part of it, right? I mean, guilty by association.
I got caught twice.
My buddies got caught. I remember it was something stupid too. Oh, that's what it was. Fireworks in the parking lot. You know, I don't know. They have different rules around here. Some cities allow them. Some cities don't. So our city, there's no fireworks. So the idiots, not only did they get fireworks, but they found a giant metal garbage can to throw them into. So it's like pop, pop, pop. And they did this in the middle of an empty parking lot. So, of course, they all got taken in.
Oh, yeah.
So that's just kids for you, though. What are you going to do?
Yeah. But, you know, the thing is we can both sit here and talk about it, and we made it through. Either I made it through my education or I made it through the stealing. So we're able to talk about it. And that's the main part of it. And, I own my own business. And I've owned businesses before. But to come out of where I came out of and to be able to sit here and joke around and learn and talk about it,
absolutely,
I'm nothing but blessed. And that's why a lot of people don't get me. Like, oh, why are you so nice? Or you seem like there's times where you're a little ghetto or but I grew up ghetto, man. Like, you guys don't know. Man. One day there'll be the Leroy story, guys. There's some of it out there, but I can tell you some stories. And
the stories are good, man. I enjoy the stories. And don't be
I'm not afraid. Like, I'm not afraid to say it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to get into it, but my mom literally was a prostitute, and I literally worked with her, and I was a decoy for her. So, like, all this other jive that these other people are talking, and these people, like, they don't get it. Like, that's why I am who I am, because I've seen, like, if mom didn't go out and work, then I didn't eat for 2 days. So, that's just that I think that's sort of why I'm respectful of people's time and people's, commenting and negativity, because I sort of know. My mother's the one who taught me how to steal. She's the one that taught me how to get a screwdriver and open up the other side of the lock to steal the stuff out of the shelters. We'd go into the shelters and would stay overnight. And she was my decoy. And I would go and steal. Hey, maybe that's how I became a reseller. I would go and I would steal like the clothes that were donated or food, and then we'd sell them for money and food, or use them.
Yeah.
So.
Man, you could write a book.
Mo, you have no idea.
I'm telling you, man. We could see
a
movie based on the life of Leroy. If you got crazy stories, put them out there, man. No, I appreciate that you're open enough to say that, in all seriousness.
I'm not afraid. Like, if you're stupid enough on any chat, or anybody is stupid enough to go back and pick on me about it, then you're just not a good person.
Exactly.
Exactly. You're not a good person. If that's what drives you, I can say it and tell you the story. And I'm like, if I'm telling you, I might help you help your niece, or help you help your cousin, or between the disability or between the lifestyle that I was pushed. Those are all the bad stories. I got 750 good stories as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. There's good and there's bad. So, I mean, it's all rolled in together. But, yeah.
Back to the reselling, guys. Leroy, how did you become a reseller? Well, first of all, how'd you stop
You
selling
just
tools?
I mean, you know what? You beat my story about stealing a whatchamacallit bar from Kmart, man, just by a little bit. But
I'm not trying to beat you. The funny thing is, like, if anybody is under the age of, I don't know, maybe the age of 30, they would know what a whatchamacallit is.
oh, they don't have those anymore?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't really buy candy.
I don't know how many people are in the chat. It's probably about 7. But if anybody in the chat knows if they still sell whatchamacallit where you guys live, can you put it in the chat?
I thought it was like the greatest candy bar ever when I first tried it. I thought it was pretty good.
I like the 100 grand bars.
Those are good too. I mean, see, here's the thing. Like I said, everything for me, my kit, like growing up, I was split because I came here like 11 and a half, 11 3/4. So I remember a lot of English candy as well as American. So my taste was a little split. I'm like, I like this. I don't like that. Whatever.
Yeah. I've heard people say in a half, but I've never say 11 and 3/4. But I came here. You know, I'm 43 and 3/4, guys. Only Mo.
I mean, it makes because I came here in August. My birthday is November, so that's 3 months. So I figure that's a quarter less. So I never say, do I say 11? Do I say 12? Say 11 and a half? I don't know.
Mo's not ashamed. He's still getting pickles, getting paid by the ladies. You know, he's in charge. And I got that stonk stuck in my head.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're gonna have Burger King as a sponsor one of these days.
Mo,
it's all those figures.
I'm jealous today.
It's these. I have them. I haven't even put them away yet. I'll show you what they are. Oh, they're back there. Those. It was Roger Rabbit. I sold 3 Roger Rabbits. Tiny little Roger Rabbit figures.
And I've heard this before in a lot of the chats and a lot of the shows. Like if you go back, like say if you switch and you sell, you know, the Roger Rabbits, and then you sell you start listening to GI Joes, and you'll go through a cycle. You'll sell some of them, and like the sockets. I don't want to list these sockets, but I know it's going to push all my other sockets. It seems like it does.
Yeah. No, it does. It's weird. The algorithm is not one thing. It's a bunch of things.
No, it is like just throw a bunch of stuff up in the air because you never know what's going to stick. But it sticks.
That's why I named. That's why my idea for this show was just called Just List, because I think that's the best advice I could give anybody. Just list. I'm on fire. Yeah.
My wife said he put on his listing the A word. My wife doesn't know how to say the A word. She's never swore in her life.
That's a.
Oh, my escape from reality is the Tommy and Tracy show because she's asleep and I can just like watch it and But the thing is, then she'll go and she'll watch Atlanta Housewives. Like so like she doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything about but certain swearing and stuff. Like she doesn't like when I swear in the house and stuff.
But it's okay to watch somebody else do it.
But it's okay to watch Atlanta Housewives. Like that is the most. No offense.
Because they're on TV.
Loves that show. No offense, guys.
It's like there's no such because they're on TV. They're on that box over there. It's not real. Even though those shows crack me up. I mean, I don't enjoy them. After a while, after 5 minutes, I'm like, how do you watch this? It's a bunch of people nagging at each other. Housewives of fill in the blank. Doesn't matter. They're all the same.
Yep.
So.
A basketball wise housewife. I mean, no offense. I mean, if that's your thing, man.
If you get entertainment, then cool.
If that now it's the shipping request. Is there any way that you can put that in 3 layers of bubble wrap, put blue paper on the outside, and ship it to my cousin because I don't want my wife to know?
Yeah. Oh, I have. You know what? Oh, that's a good story. I had one of those. I had this guy. It was when I had the shipping store, and he would always come in, and he would always ship. I thought he was shipping to his daughter or his wife or something like that. He'd always ship out of state. And I remember one time on Valentine's Day he came in, and obviously I looked, I saw the ring, and then I saw him pick up the phone. He's oh yeah, and then he said, oh yeah, I'll meet you there in 5 minutes for lunch. And then he said something like, yeah, I'm meeting my wife for lunch. But then he hands me a box, and it's got somebody else's name on it. It's like a box of candy and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, wait, you're meeting your wife for lunch? You're shipping this to another state.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out like a month later, he said, you know what? Can you be really careful? Because last time when we shipped this, I forget what he wrote the wrong thing on it. Or I think he put his wife's name on one of the labels one time. He's, oh yeah, can you make sure that it's so-and-so? I forget the lady's name. Because this isn't going to my wife. So I'm like, okay. And he was open about it. He's like, yeah, this is going to my friend. I'm like, okay. And he did this for like 2 years. He would send checks. He would send gifts, candy. And I was like, okay. I mean, you see it all when you see the boring life of a shipping store, but people have to ship stuff, and you see the strange. I'm literally the strangest things get shipped, and people don't care half the time. So this guy, I don't know. He had 2 lives. I don't know how. To me, if that was me, I would. No, I couldn't even go there.
I've been there. I've
pressure,
been
man.
there.
That's just you've
That's
been there?
why
You're the guy with the chocolate out of state.
I've been there.
Oh my goodness! Leroy was a playboy.
Yes, that's why I married a Christian woman that doesn't know how to say shit. Excuse my language, guys. Yeah, no, I've been there. I've totally been there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You write you buy the same thing for everybody, so you don't mess up. You send the same text. I had 3 cell phones. You send the same
3
text.
at the same time. Oh my goodness.
I can't make this stuff. I almost said S word. I can't make this stuff up. I wish I could make this stuff up.
Oh man.
I was raised by the best. My freaking father was my mother's pimp. If I don't have pimp in my blood, then what's wrong with me?
All right, we've got to get you a really, really cool nickname. I'm telling
you.
No. See, this is why you don't like nicknames, I think.
No, I am good. Playboy Leroy. No, that's the old Leroy. This is
can we get you like a smoking jacket and like a pipe?
No, I'm just Leroy, man.
How about a giant hat?
No, hey, I got the cup. I got the cup, like the Don Juan cup.
Oh, you got the cup. It needs to be bigger. It needs to be flashy, though.
Yeah, I need the diamonds on it.
Yes, diamond encrusted pimp cup. That's it, man. I know what to get you for Halloween.
It was very my whole life. Like if you joke around like Leroy should write a book. I wish I could write a book. I can't write. But if I could write a book.
These days, people don't write their own books. They get somebody else to write them for them. Even people that can write really, really well. Then,
I mean, people like to hear my stories, and they like my life story. But it's like some people, they get overwhelmed. Like, last week I told you I was on the Montel Williams show, and then today I'm telling you that my mother was this and my father was that. Like, if I could make that stuff up, it'd be amazing, but I can't.
You don't need to, though.
Yeah.
You don't need to. It's already there in your head.
Yeah.
I mean, you lived it.
If I could make that up, it'd be amazing, but I can't. It's like, it's just there. And in the stuff you see, it says, I'm going to get into a story really quick. And I really shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Don't incriminate yourself. As long as it's not incriminating yourself.
It's no. We were going through last year, recapping from last year about the brutality and stuff. And Dad, meaning my dad, was a really bad guy. Dad was like a gangster. Like I said, he used to make my mother work for money. And so Dad was always in and out of jail. And Dad ended up always having a warrant. So he'd go to jail. If he picked his nose the wrong way, he'd violate his probation. Or didn't go to court because he didn't have a ride. So I'm with Dad in the car. We're driving. Dad gets in a fender bender. And he didn't know he had a warrant. I mean, when you're in that aspect of life, you should just always know you possibly have a warrant, you know? So Dad got pulled over. The cops ran his license. He had a warrant. They locked him up, put him in the car, locked me up, put me in the car with him because they had nowhere to take me. The social services and stuff at that time wasn't as big as it is now. Like a whole separate team will come out and grab the kid. You know, they put me in the same car with my dad. And, you know, it was two white cops. No offense to anybody. But my dad was black. And my dad, they were calling each other names back and forth. My dad, they would never pick my dad up. They knew my dad very well. And they never picked my dad up by themselves because Dad was a brawler. And he would fight you. He'd headbutt you. I mean, I heard so many stories. So he goes, they're calling him names, and he goes and he goes and spits in the side of the cop's face. In the cop car, right? That's when they had just the wires. I know you guys aren't gonna believe me. I can't make this up. I did the same thing. I spit and I hit his shoulder. Like he didn't know. Like I was copying my dad.
Yeah.
Like I want to be like Mike. Like I want to be like my dad. That's just what I want to do. But you know, way back then in the 80s, like they used to whoop his butt. Like police, it not color, doesn't matter, black, white, or indifference. But like, and no offense to anybody who's a cop on here or been a cop or the husband's a cop or wife's a cop, but like they would like beat the snot out of my dad, and because he would fight back as well. You know, a lot of those guys, you know, they're getting their head smashed in because they won't resist and they're spitting at cops. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Dad spit at them. But the whole meaning of that is just like I've been going through that stuff back when I was 7. You know, seeing cops beat my dad up or seeing, you know, my dad spit in a cop's face and stuff like that. So that all that stuff, when it comes back, it just plays.
Yeah.
It plays. And that's why I love doing, you know, I'm jumping back over, but I love doing the reselling because I can do what I want. I know the hustle. Like I know the hustle and I know, you know, what's wrong and what's right. Like I know I can't go spit in cops' faces.
Exactly. Wow.
You know?
Wow. Your dad, yeah.
My dad was a beast. My dad was he wasn't as big as me. He was a little smaller than me, but he was big black guy. And he was just he used to fight. Like he literally would fight. And I'm gonna save some of these stories so we can continue and people can just hear my journey. But Dad was a brawler. That guy was a brawler.
Wow. That's where you get the big bad Leroy from.
Yeah. Remember I told you the song? Like I really thought that was me, man. They're like better than an old cat. I thought it was me, but then my dad, because like they're like he had a custom Continental. I didn't know what a Continental was, but I knew he had a big car at one time. And I knew he used to gamble. Like a lot of stuff in that song, I'm like, is that like, what is that? Is that my dad? Is that me?
I mean, you need to write, you're not writing a book at this point. You're making a mini series. You got a whole series on you now. I mean, that's story on top of story though.
Yeah, it just they'd have to figure it all out because my brain is like, there's so many stories in there. I got to get them out just to remember them.
You should get a tape recorder if you don't want to write it down. Just tape record yourself.
I know I got them into my heart. So I'm trying to find this stupid valve.
My brother was like that too. The cops knew him very well. They actually liked him until the moment of arrest each time. Yep.
Yeah, sure.
I went to school with a lot of people that turned into cops.
Yeah.
They either became like the city, like not even cops. Like I think two or three of them are like the main, like the what do you call them, the chief in the, like smaller cities. I'm not talking about like San Francisco or something, but like so. Yeah, so I've seen both sides. I know people that mess with cops. I don't know people that are cops. So. No way.
Hey, what's going on? Flipping McFlipping. I always mess
Flippy
up that.
McFlipperson. That's an awesome name. I still like that. Flippy Mc. I need to make a top 10 list of my favorite screen names. That would be on it. Though. Flippy McFlipperson.
I seem like one of the dudes you grew up with. I hope not. I hope not.
See, no lie. I got pulled over. I don't know. I had a warrant. Oh, I didn't. I grew up scared of police. Yeah, me too, a little bit.
I still am. I've never been arrested. I've never been arrested.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've never been there. I was terrified by getting locked up. Yeah, same here.
I was in it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was in it.
I
was definitely in it.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you swore at an adult?
Do I remember? See, knowing me, I probably did it when I was really young, but I mumbled it. So I'd be like,
yeah.
What was that? No, I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? See, that's it. I was the scrawny little kid that would just.
I was too. Yeah.
That's right, Tracy. How did you bump crack picker? I think hands down is the best screen name ever. Have you ever? You've seen BCP bum crack picker?
Yeah, I've seen
my
him,
favorite. I think that's still my favorite screen name of all time.
Yep.
For a reseller that I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, Tracy and Tommy found out the real last name last night. So
really, it's not Picker.
No, my real last name.
Oh, you're.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it was open, like it was out for us in the open the whole time. I mean,
yeah. And Tracy's like, "Oh, I thought your screen name was because like you're like a vampire." She goes, "Oh, it's your last name." It's no fun anymore. I was like, "What do you mean?" It was so funny. She's like, I can't exactly say how she was saying it, but the way that I interpreted it, she's like, "Oh, it wasn't because you're a vampire."
Yeah, it's only fun if they think it's not real. Once it's real, it's like, eh. Yeah.
Well, that little girl yesterday. So I had to spell my name out to that little girl at the salon.
Okay.
She's like, "Excuse me?" I was like, Leroy Blood, Blood. She's like, "Daddy, can you help me?"
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this, but like growing up in California, if you said your last name was Blood and you had to spell that out, that I don't know if they have that that Northeast or not, because that's a relatively big gang over in California. So I mean,
so I don't have my dad's last name.
Okay.
I have mom's maiden name. My brother was in jail for a long time, and they wouldn't put Blood on his paperwork. I don't know why. They used his other. He had like two last names. They used Ramos.
Okay.
And because he was in jail all the time, I don't know what that was about. Again, it was a while ago. I don't know if it was because of that situation. Like, I don't know. But like they used like another name. They wouldn't use Blood.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure they had their reason.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes. I mean, yeah. Oh, Tracy called you a murderer.
A murder. Hold on, I gotta find that. Where did I do with it?
Right here.
Murderer. Yeah.
I've never done anything gangster to a cop, and yet my ego is so low that every time I talk my way out of a speeding ticket, I think I'm Al Capone. I think I'm with you. Yeah, I wouldn't have the guts to. Yeah, that's true. Vampires wouldn't admit it. Yeah, you wouldn't admit it if you were a vampire anyway. So
No.
it's against the vampire code. Yeah.
I don't have Art Vandelay stories. He has some funny stories too, but mine are just real life.
I need to ask him if he's really like a crazy Seinfeld fan or if he's just a little bit, because that would be cool.
His stories, Mo, are funny because it's like his stories. He's afraid to go on his porch because he doesn't want this. He doesn't like his neighbors to see him talking to himself, videotaping.
Uh-huh.
Like, I wish I had that problem.
Yeah, Art Vandelay. Just ask, does he still sell, was it paper clips? No, not paper clips. Toothpicks. Yeah.
I am here, guys. I'm just trying to get some listings in. Story time with Leroy is over for now. For now,
It's never over. There's always another story.
there's always another story. They used to tell me in the union, "Oh, that Leroy, I think he's a liar. He got too many stories." I was like, "Come be in my brain and live my life for about 20 years from 3 years old to 35." Can't tell you how to spell a word.
Jeez, David. All right, you guys need to check out David's channel. Like I said last time, he's close to 1,000 subs. I'm going to put the link up here.
See you, David. Thank you for stopping in, buddy.
David. Car boot picker. Yep. Just needs 80 odd subs. Listings, guys. I do promoted, actually. Well, I don't enjoy doing promoted listings. I just do it at the 1%, but only on stuff that has a little bit of competition. Like I said, I do a lot of boring used clothing. So anything that helps, push that sale. Another thing I do is my strategy of promoted listings with my boring used clothing that's not selling is I change a promoted listing. Like every couple of days, I'll go 1%, then I'll go 1.1%, then 1.2%, and I'll go up to like 2%, and then I'll come back down again, 1.9, 1.8, 1.7. And I don't know if it actually does anything, but I'm hoping that that's going to trigger the algorithm somehow. I never go much higher than that, though. I've gone to 2%. I think that's the max I've ever done. They sometimes recommend like 15% or something like ridiculous like that. That's just giving away money, I think.
I go a dollar amount of what, because it shows you when I do it, it shows you like what you can, like how much you're going to be giving.
Yeah.
So I'll do like, okay, on this item, I'll do 50 cents. So wherever 50 cents brings me in percentage wise, or I'll do a dollar. I'll raise it. Like I'll raise the price up. I'll be like, okay, well, I'm not going on this item. I'm not going to allow my best office, but I'm going to push towards promoted listing. So I'll do the promoted listing at $1 off.
I do it all. I think what you're doing is actually smart though, because you know how much you're going to get taken out. Because every time you increase that percentage, for me, it's going to go up a little bit. Even if it's a penny more that I'm paying somebody, eBay. Yeah. So he was asking, Flipperson was saying, trying to move some stale inventory that way. Yeah, no, I agree with you. If you can lot things up, that's another. I don't know what you're selling. For me, because I've got a bunch of like similar clothing, I lot things up after 90 days or so, and that works for me. You have to cut the price slightly though. So instead of selling $20 t-shirts, you sell, I don't know, 3 or 4 for $50 or something like that, or whatever it is. So I mean,
I lot them up, or what I'll do is I'll like those sockets. I had them all lotted up and they never sold. So now I'm gonna separate them all, and I'll make double the money separated that I will lot them up.
Okay. Yeah, people. I mean, not everyone, but a lot of people like to buy, especially guys. I notice with shirts, if you can buy 3 in your size that the way you like them, then they'll do that. They'll be done with it. So that's what I've noticed at least. But with, I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're selling. Fisher Price, my friend Doll Fashions. White tennis outfits. See, every day I get a little bit better at doing 2 things at one time. A little bit. Yeah, it's still cold in here. What is the weather like here still? Oh, it's still in the 30s? No wonder I'm still cold. Still 38 degrees. Okay, does everyone here have, let me see, I know Topher has a YouTube channel, and I put David's Carbo Pickers up. Michael Bennett, I'm not sure. Did you have a channel? Julian has a channel. I know that. So if anyone has a channel, I know Flipping Sports Guy has a channel. Feel free to put your link in the chat. If you could put if your screen name is not the same as your channel name, though, you can put that before it so people know. Because otherwise, you might not know who or where to go. We're in the 40s here. Hey, San Francisco, you're warmer. Well, you're 2 degrees warmer than I am right now.
What there's a channel out there. I don't know if they have any content. I think it's Blood, Sweat, and Stories.
That's not a bad name. That's
Can you put their link in there?
Blood, Sweat, and Stories. Let me type that. I wonder if there's a Blood, Sweat, and Stories.
No, there's a few Blood, Sweat, and Guts and stuff like that, but
that's probably a different one. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna start putting a few of these up. I'll try and break them up though, so people can see. See, Flippy, Mick, because I don't think I've ever looked you up. Flipperson. No, I see you. Here we go.
I see you.
I see you. I mean, I'm gonna post your link just simply because I think you have an awesome screen name. McFlipperson. Yeah, you had a video 17 hours ago. That's cool. I like your thumbnails, actually. They're clean. Southern Geeks going live for the first time Friday. I'll do my best to be there, Michael. Check out Twitch. Oh, thank you, man. Thanks for being here. I just subscribed actually right now.
Thank you for asking me, for telling me thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Instead of these are the days of my life. These are the stories of my life, featuring Leroy Blood.
Leroy Blood. Blood. You said your name was Blood, Sweat, and Shipping. Blood, Sweat, and Sales.
Blood, Sweat, and everything. Blood, Sweat, and Vlog. I do want to come out with another channel eventually, but it will be a while. Once I get this one, get used to this one.
You got the name, Blood, Sweat, and Stories.
No, it would actually be what was it? It's Blood, Sweat, either DIY or hacks.
Okay.
Because like there's so many things that I do that I make shift stuff and make things work. You know, like something like that. But it's still in the works. Because I don't know if like I can like the way I clean tools and all that stuff. I don't know how once I get up there, I don't know how many people I'll lose by doing videos like that, like or how I build my workbenches or how I find my shelving or
yeah.
You know, I want to sort of reach out to the other people that are not resellers.
That's probably a smart thing because, like I always tell everybody, reselling is it's a niche of a niche. It's, you know, it's a segment of a segment. If you tell someone that's not I'm sure you've told someone about reselling that's not a reseller, and you see how fast their eyes roll to the back of their heads, like, okay,
you lost them already. Yep,
exactly. So hey, Leroy, you should check out this guy right here, though.
Project, get Leroy to 1K, and you know what Tracy's next thing is going to be? Well, he needs to do his own lives.
Exactly. She's right.
She is, and I'm not gonna say anything because if I say something, and I'm just gonna keep saying it that way. So it's in the works. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? When we're
I'm
done
like-
with this, stay on this when we're done with this, and we're gonna take a look at it today.
I'm afraid of Tracy. I really am. I really I'm a big guy.
What is she gonna do? Reach through the screen and like wring your neck or something?
No,
Or?
it seems to me like I wouldn't F with her. Like she is just I don't know. Like the one time she had said so, she's like, "I'm upset with you, Leroy." I'm like,
It's all done out of love. She just wants you to.
I know. I totally
push
get
yourself.
it.
I'm the same way.
I totally get it.
I should have named myself Reseller Procrastinator or something like that. But
I tell people now they're like, "Oh, friends." I don't need friends. I don't need any friends. I need mentors. I need somebody that's going to build me and somebody that I can learn off of. I don't want anything from you. I don't want your money. But if I can learn from you, or I feel like you're holding me accountable for something, those are the people I want in my corner.
Yeah.
Not the people that are going to just mooch off me and they're going to message me and say, I'll help people out. But they're going to message, how did you do this? Or how'd you do that? No, we need to learn together. I don't want you
it's
to
be give and take.
I don't want you to suck the air out of me. Exactly.
Yeah.
Blood, sweaty lives.
You can go in so many directions with that name. Seriously, you need to copy it.
I'd stay. I gotta stay with the. I don't know when this happened. I want to say it probably happened probably when I was around my mid-30s, probably a little over 10 years ago. I really just took my last name and ran with it.
I would have too.
My van is red. My backgrounds for eBay are red. I just ran with it.
You need a red phone too, like the red bat phone. You ever see Batman? He has the red phone.
Yeah.
Hello.
I can't wear it with red clothes though, a red shirt or a red hat. I'm not into that.
Yeah, you don't want to go to LA like that too. With the last name Blood, wearing red, you might turn some heads.
Well, boy, right? I gotta save that. Where is that? It's right here. Okay. I appreciate everybody here in the chat hanging out with us today, and also just hanging with us. I feel that the channel is building. You guys are awesome.
Today's content was awesome. I'm putting this on my podcast maybe Friday. Because I have a separate stream that I put I cut the audio sometimes, but I haven't done it in a while. So I'm gonna call it. What am I gonna call it? Leroy Stories Part 1.
No Leroy Stories.
No Leroy Stories.
When they come out, they come out. If I have to, when I get pressured on it, then I change. So anything with me, when it comes out, that's just how I am. You're gonna hear that. You're gonna hear all these stories a million times. I mean, because people ask questions, and then the story comes out, and so
that's okay because my stories are not as good.
Your stories are fun. Did you ever? Were you a fighter? Did you fight at all in school and stuff to protect people?
I was more of a run and hider. So I was. How do I put this? I was extremely scrawny.
Me too. I graduated at 145 pounds. I'd be happy.
I would have been happy with 145. Like I said, when I graduated, I was 117, 118 pounds, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like the Indian Urkel. I mean, I was that scrawny. If anyone remembers who that is, but I mean,
See, what a percentage of Indian are you?
100%.
You're 100%. Like, so do you? So did like any of your, and nobody pick on them, because if you guys pick on them, I'm gonna come look for you. You don't pick on my boy Mo.
Big
That's
bad
my bro Mo. Did anybody in your family have the dot?
No, because we weren't Hindu, but that was like, to be honest, it's funny that you bring that up, because in England that was like a big, like, they would like cut that had that. So it was, yeah. In the 80s, it was open city on anyone that looked different. But no, my family did not. But still, like, I mean, it's very obvious that I was not, like, growing up in England, I wasn't English. I wasn't like one of them. But you know, I can't complain, to be honest. I lived in a pretty decent neighborhood. It was fun. But I was like, you asked about, was I a fighter? Not really. I had a lot of friends that were. I kind of, what I do is I make friends with people that were, you know, so I wouldn't have to fight, basically.
So you would like try to be. I wasn't like a bully, but
yes.
I always had to protect myself.
You have to, especially, you know, as a kid growing up, especially if you're smaller size like I was.
And I asked you that, like, because like I had to fight a few times because of the class that I was in. So they would see me come out of a different class, and it wasn't even like nerds, or it wasn't even jocks. Yeah. It was the guy who was just above my education level, like you're hanging by a thread, like you can hardly spell truck.
Yeah,
and
it's anybody that's different. People like kind of like they pick on something that's not them.
So I would just fight.
Right, I should be saying I'm like Mickey. I wasn't Rocky. I was Mickey.
I would just fight just to protect myself. I didn't go around like wanting to fight. And half of my fights I lost, but I would stand up for myself. I think that was the big part of it all, was I would stand up for myself.
I learned how to be honest, I learned how to run. There were a couple of times where I got chased by a couple of guys. I'm like, there's no way I'm standing and fighting this. I'm running. And then here's the thing. I was kind of, in a way, let's just see, you got more followers. There you go. I always had like a backup system. Like, my mom was a teacher at the elementary school that I went to. I remember it was one time, there was this one kid that was chasing me, and he chased me from the candy store down the street, and I ran all the way back into the school, and I just ran into the staff bathroom and locked myself in there. And that was it. So I could always get away somehow. As bad as that sounds, but it is what it is.
Did you ever have anybody take your lunch or your lunch money?
They tried. I had people like try and knock my lunch over, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had all that happen.
All that kind of stuff. Like, oh, do you want this? And then they just grab it. Yeah, I've had that.
Yep. But it's funny now, I see those guys, because like all my family still lives in my old high school or my old town. So now when I see those guys, like anywhere at a baseball game, right, they're like, "Oh my God, you're Leroy Blood. Hey, buddy, how's everything going?" Huh? They're like fat and ugly, and like they don't have half their teeth, and they're like, "Hey, Leroy, how's everything? How you been? Hey, man." I'm like, "Dude, you used to like knock me over and like steal my cookies out of my lunch tray when I walk by and laugh and giggle about
I know.
it.
Yeah,
Now I'm 200 pounds and you want to be like my boy. No, I'm all set."
It's funny how a couple of years changes everything. I mean, I don't know. Some people, I know.
I haven't been to a class reunion. I'm thinking about going eventually, maybe in a couple more years, just to be like, "Look at me now, punk." Like, I'm that guy. Yeah, I'm Leroy Blood. Yep.
I think I went to my high school. I went to one high school reunion, and that wasn't too bad. It was actually kind of fun because everyone was different. And like you said, people change. I gained a ton of weight, but a lot of people did. And then you see, a lot of changes. We'll say people changed, and then the people that were maybe the complete a-holes were pretty friendly, which was weird, because you remember that 17-year-old punk,
Yep.
that 13-year-old. For me, actually, to be honest, high school wasn't as bad. Junior high was worse. I would say high school actually wasn't too bad, but I'd say junior high was like, because I was brand new. That was probably part of it, though. But yeah, no, reunion wasn't bad. Basically, everyone just got drunk, so. High school was painful. I have no desire to go back. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say high school was heaven, but high school for me was better than junior high. Junior high, especially seventh grade, was tough. If you don't know someone, you're kind of on your own. But high school was a little bit better. And college was a lot better than that.
Mine was tough because of my situation.
Did you go to a rough high school?
No, it's just being in the classes that I was in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was like for a while, like people didn't think it. Maybe it's just me thinking it, but like I always hung out with like the nerdy girls because I was too black for the white people and I was too white for the black people. So it was like I really didn't fit into a group, but like there's always like those girls that like they're quiet and they're cute and they're not like on the cheerleading, they're in band. And like I sort of like they sort of took me under their wing and like I didn't really have any guy friends. I had all like little girlfriends because I don't know. So that's sort of even though I, like education wise I wasn't at their level, but they didn't like pick on me and
because I think they got what you didn't quite get is that you saw it as an issue, but they didn't see it as an issue.
Exactly, and that's even now, like in life, like people like if I talk to you, I never would know that you have what you go through what you go through because you don't act like it, like you don't act like that, and that's the thing. It's like even with like the YouTube and like I get a little afraid. It's not that I don't want to go or I'm being lazy. I get a little afraid that I'm not going to be able to get to that level, and it's difficult. Any little thing will turn me. So I have to take it baby steps. That's why like I push Instagram so much. I know I know that the numbers don't flip over and everything, but it's a learning platform. I use it more as a learning and hanging out with you. I want to do my own channel, but it's a learning platform.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
we're going to do that. Just so you know, we are going to do that, though.
What's up, Derek? How are you, sir?
Derek.
It's not flea market day. Pickup day. No, today's Wednesday. Is Wednesday pickup day, Derek, or is it Thursday?
I think it is.
Is it Wednesday?
It is. Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah. I never know the days of the week. I'm going to start numbering the days. It's number 3. See, Tracy, poor revenge. Yeah, high school, that, yes, sir, Wednesday and Thursday. High school can be tough. People can be cruel. And those students,
that can make it break people. I think a lot of people, like, especially I've noticed a lot of people in this community, they were the ones that like pulled themselves out and, you know, made better for themselves.
and you know what this community is basically. You know, I know we're all resellers, but like YouTube is just like water cooler now. This is what it is. We can do this right here.
Yep.
I mean, there's a reason that we're doing this. It's like, you know, this is kind of a somewhat lonely profession at times.
Yeah.
You know, my school is tough. People are trying to push you into the wrong crowd. Yeah. Can't count the times I've been suspended or pulled into the counselor's office for standing up for myself. Yeah. And that's funny. Counselors, those guys. I mean, yeah, there were some nice ones, but then there were some guys that you know were just there just to clock in, clock out. Like, what's your name? What'd you do? Okay, yeah, okay. You're gonna be out for 5 days, whatever. Pointless. Do they even still have counselors? I don't even know. Counselors. Yeah, school counselors. I wonder if they even still have them.
I would say yes.
They probably need them more now with like social media. I couldn't imagine going to school with cell phones though. That's probably an added level. That would, I mean, I don't know. Anyone that's young enough to remember having a cell phone at school, let me know how that was, because we didn't have them.
No, I didn't have them.
I mean,
I think I didn't even have a pager because I don't think the pagers came out until I was just about 20. I mean, they've been out forever.
Yeah. Did you use a pager though?
Oh yeah. Exactly, Mo.
Okay.
Water cooler. Tommy and I started when we were doing after work. Yep.
I totally got that. When I saw when Tommy and Tracy's show came out, the time, the setting, the way they were doing it, I could say, okay, that's smart. What they're doing is smart here because it's not just a reseller, you know, chat talk show.
Yeah.
They targeted the time. They targeted, you know, when people are probably going to be done. It was smart all around the way they did that.
Derek said he had a pager in high school. He thought he was the crap.
Did you have one of those Motorola ones? The last pager I had, oh man, it was minty fresh. I'd only had it maybe a day. It was a green kind of the semi like see-through one, the green Motorola ones.
Yeah.
No one's gonna get this unless you're at least 35, 40 years old.
You know that Eric just bought a whole box of like.
I heard.
I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy a red one and just hang it up.
I had one. I sold one. I bought like 3 from a thrift store like a year ago, and I sold one.
Yeah.
I sold them all actually. Yeah, man. I was watching. Oh, You've Got Mail. I was in the front of you. I know you don't watch movies, but Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan. I was in the front row. I put my feet up. I had the pager hooked on my pants, but the lights went out. When the lights came back up, no pager.
Oh, were you kissing a girl?
No, I was not.
He didn't even say that with confidence. He was like, no.
I'm honest. I can't lie. I'm the worst liar in the world.
No.
Okay, I'm watching You've Got Mail, so that's bad enough as it is. So I mean,
can you picture Derek in high school with a pager?
Derek probably ruled his high school.
I can picture Derek in high school with a pager, just be like, Oh, hold on. Just picking up his pager. 143. That. Okay, yeah,
187.
yeah. I'll get back to you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Do you know how to write pager code?
I used to. It's been years.
Oh no. Let's see if I can
I
remember.
remember. What was it? Boobless. Backwards boobless. It was boobless. You don't remember that?
No.
It was 8 L.
Oh yeah.
005 8 5. I think I'm getting there. Somebody help me.
Yeah, no. Boobless would be. Let me see. 800-81355.
Yeah. Yep.
I used to know pager code. This is what we would do. Okay. Because when we had pagers and payphones, right? And we didn't have any money. And also we were cheap. So you got about 20 seconds before, like when you call, okay, if you want to ride home, right? I didn't have a car and I didn't have a quarter. So I would call, you call someone, collect. The operator says, hey, would you take, and then all you would say is something like, I need a ride, and then hang up.
I remember that.
It works every time. Works like a dream. I mean, and with the pager code, I would always, that's why pagers were great, because I didn't have a cell phone, so I could type forever. I'd write long things, and if your pager ever got stolen, teachers never knew what the hell you were talking about, because they couldn't read it. So yeah, I miss pagers. That was so cool.
Let's see. The chat's a little. Let's see. Yes, that was. I have
no money, so I didn't have a cell phone. I built my funds. Metro PCS. The hustle is real for me. Yeah, the hustle is real. Biggest thing I miss about flip phones is you can get text without looking at. Yeah, that's true. Can't do that with touchscreen. Too many typos. Yeah, I always have typos. I always type gave and have.
I am the worst because I do all mine to talk to text, and I'm having problems with my phone.
Yeah,
and like Tracy and Tommy show, like they would never do it, but like sometimes I'm just waiting for somebody to say, "What are you?" I don't want to say the word.
Topher doesn't know what a pager is. He said that like early text messages. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be for like doctors and like people on like construction sites. That's where you can't get to a phone, but kids like us, or back in the day, I'd say 25, 30 years ago, it was just a fun thing.
Tracy, you never had a pager? Really?
We should bring back, can you even set up a page? You can still use a pager, right?
Doctors still use them.
Okay, doctors still use them.
Yep.
Okay.
And they still look the same.
They still look the same?
The top screens. I remember when I upgraded and I was able to have a side screen. And then I could change the case and I had a color because I was it. I was it.
I had a green one. I told you, the last one I had it for like 24 hours. Sat in a movie theater, got up, the lights went up, no pager. I'm like, what the hell? How did it even get? I was in the middle of the front row with my feet up on the bar. How did he get to me? And I was surrounded by people. So it was either one of my friends that were smiling at me, looking under the seats that whole time, or who knows who. Pager's allergic to calls. Yeah,
that's all it was.
But we used to just use them to, get around doing things we're supposed to do. Tracy all over the world.
That's right.
That's it. We had codes for everything. Codes for beer, codes for somebody's coming. We would make up all kinds of weird codes. Oh boy, good times. This is the kind of thing, the kind of stuff you do before the internet. I mean, obviously cell phones kill pagers, but still.
When I first started eBay, it literally used to take my connection, and it was plug-in. It used to take. I remember it used to take honestly 10, 15 minutes of listing just for it to download.
What about the pictures? Did you have a thing where I forget what it was now, that you could only do X amount of pictures, or you had to upload the picture. It was all weird.
Yeah, yep. I used to have a camera, and I would use my camera, and then put the wire in.
Man, what about checks? Did you get those checks in the mail? You wait for the check to
I
come?
would get the check in the mail once it clear. I learned right away because a couple of times I sent it out,
Yeah.
and I don't know what they signed it wrong or something. It wasn't even the money was bad, but I sent it out and the check failed. So then I learned what I needed to do was I had to wait till the check cleared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I even did tickets, because I used to do tickets, right? And so usually you got like 90 days before the event, 60 days before the event. So I'd have to get the check, cash the check, tell them the check is cashed, then mail the thing.
Yep.
I'm like, holy mackerel.
You imagine how many resellers would not be doing what they're doing now if they had to do it that way. Like, this is simple. I'm over here clicking on pictures. My picture's uploaded. I had to wait like between each picture, between uploading. It was like pulling teeth.
And what about, I don't know if you remember this, back in the day, you could leave negative feedback for a buyer. You could leave feedback for a buyer.
I want to say I do remember that, but I don't understand, bro.
I mean, I don't think I ever did it, to be honest, because there's too many other things you have to wait for. What am I going to leave feedback for? But things are definitely easier now. I'll say that. Fun times. Yeah, not just checks, but personal checks. And then it got to the thing where people would send you these checks and they would bounce, like Leroy said. And they say, oh, yeah, sorry, I'm going to add funds, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. Well, I can't send you this because I have tickets, right? So I'm like, if you don't send it to me in time, then I can't send you this ticket. Then they send you a money order, and then
a money order. Yep. And it sucked for me back then because we didn't have talk to text. So because of the spelling, I always had a girlfriend around. So even when I had my landscape business and I had to write out like inventory. I had to write out the
expenses
bills, the bills for the people. I had a girlfriend for 9 years. I had to keep her around because I couldn't do it on my own. No, I'm being serious. Dude, I was 19 years old making $50,000 a year with no education. I graduated from high school and I had lawns I had to cut. I had so many accounts. When I got my first real lawnmower, like a commercial mower, I went to the guy and I had kept a checkbook, but I couldn't fill out the check. I couldn't spell to write the check out. Still can't. But anyway, so I couldn't fill out the check. So I literally had to give the guy my check and he would write the amount. $8,000. No, sorry. $3,000 that machine. I paid $3,000 for that machine and I couldn't write the check out. And the guy wouldn't take me serious in the beginning. Once he realized that check cash, man, it was like I could go there and get anything. You're like, oh, no worries, Leroy. Oh, no problem. Hey, and he pulled me aside. He started getting quiet. Hey, you need me to fill out the check for you, buddy? Are you all set? You and I was like, no, I'm good. My girlfriend filled out half of it or whatever. But that's just the way I had to roll.
Well, people figured out real soon that you're a straight shooter. So you're not lying. You're doing, what you need to do. So, I mean, the bottom line, you got what you needed to do done. You didn't just walk away.
No, you can't. Like you just there's I have a ton of stories, but it's life. Like I wish I could talk to kids, and I've always wanted to mentor young adults, but it's just hard these days because their attention span is not there.
There is
Like,
no attention span. That's
yeah,
not at all.
I have so much knowledge in how to work around everything. Like I never like was able to walk straight. I always have to walk around it and then come back, go over it. You know, I never can go straight. It's just everything in life. I got to go around something.
Yeah.
But I didn't not go around it. People go and they just stop. I'm not going around that. I don't know how to do that. No, like figure it out. If I have to keep a girlfriend for 9 years to write out checks and do my eBay, then hey, that's what I got to do. Like I'm not stopping.
Well, that's what you call persistence.
I am not stopping. These are the days of my life.
So what did you call that thing? I remember I showed you a box. You said it was like a, I don't know if you remember this. Like,
Oh, it was the
it's like you test. It's like a tester or something.
yeah, that big piece that you had.
Yeah, it's made by
It was
Necker.
for brakes. It was for brakes.
No, not that one. The other one. I don't know if you remember. I showed it to you after that. It was a box, and you check. I guess you test like lights or like test like little. You can hook things up to it.
It wasn't like a meter, like a multimeter.
I don't think so. I think I have it here still. This guy right here. This thing right. Oh, this guy right here.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's an old, yeah, that's like an old toy. That's like not a toy, but that's like you can play with electronics. There's a name for it. Actually, I think Eric ended up getting one of those too from Radio Shack.
Yeah, I found one of these. It says Neckermann is the brand, and the rest is all in German.
When you type in that Neckermann, what comes up?
Not much, but let me look and see if we can find some more. Probably just have to Google it. I'm not sure if this is something, because I found this, like I said, so if this is worth selling or I should just throw it out.
Hey, Mario,
Yes.
probably about how much time do you got? Because I'm thinking maybe about 10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. You want to hold on after we log off for a minute or two? Or you
I
gotta,
could try, but probably not.
Oh, okay. No worries.
I could try for a few minutes, for like 10 minutes.
Okay. How about maybe we should just end right now then, I'm thinking then. Do you want to hop off now then? Or
You want to? Well, let's give them a little bit of time.
Yep.
So we got 5 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll just drop you guys like a bad habit. I can't drop you guys. We can't just drop them.
I'm not dropping it. I'm still here.
Tracy's gonna get upset with me, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hide again. And we can't just drop him. Derek's driving in the car and is going to pick up his next 15 boxes from some auction somewhere.
Probably not too far from me somewhere.
It's probably like in your backyard.
Probably. I need to get out there and do more auctions. I've been saying this for months now. Neckermann, Radio Shack.
Can you list stuff without being in front of you?
Without it being in front of me?
Yeah.
If I have at least a picture, then I'm good.
I have to have it in front of me.
None of the items I'm listing are in front of me.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Cut a short. Nah, I'm not cutting any short.
See, Tracy? See? It wasn't me. It wasn't me, Tracy. That guy. That guy right there.
So, still got more to run in your route. How's the route going, Michael? How is the mail must have lightened up a little bit, I'm guessing.
I heard they're even busier. Because
even busier?
That's what I heard, because I heard that they trying to get all those trucks that were just sitting for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right. There's going to be a lot. Yeah, there's probably a major backup.
There was a point where I was trying not to even put like eBay tape. No, I don't use eBay tape, but like not to make it obvious that it was from eBay, because I felt that they would just say, "Oh, eBay, okay, that goes over there." Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Blood, yeah, that goes on this side. That's a Christmas present. Oh, eBay, that goes on that side.
I mean, let me see here. How many things? I haven't really checked, but I haven't had super bad issues with stuff getting delayed. Like I said, I had a handful of them. I have, let me see, right now, return requests. I don't really have that many. So I've been doing, knock on wood, that continues, but I've been okay. I haven't had that many delays. I had one guy that requested a return. He said he never received it. The tracking said he received it. Then he said he received an empty box. And then he also requested a return because it was missing parts. So he's all over the place. I have no idea what the hell he wants. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
So we got like 3 more minutes, guys, and then we're going to head out. I will be in tomorrow a few minutes late. I will be going to the flea market. I'm checking the weather now. I'll be going to the flea market picking in the morning. It should be okay, yeah. It's going to be chilly. But
you're going down to 7.5% then.
Sorry?
I said you're going down to 7.5% if you're going to be a few minutes late then.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'll give the other 3% to Derek. Hey, I saw his auction the other night. He got some stuff. He got some nice stuff.
He always has nice stuff from what I've seen.
Yeah. Hey, Girl Hustle, how are you? We're just about to step off, but thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, I'm not finding this exact one. See, look at that. The chat for me just all of a sudden I get like 6 messages in there. I'm going to be busy for a while, catching up from Christmas, plus stimulus checks. Oh, yeah, that's right. Getting in tax refunds, fixing to get started. Oh, wow. I guess it never stops, man.
No.
There's always something new. Hey, Girl Hustle, how's it going?
All right, Mo, you ready, Mo?
Yeah. And I know I say this, I just want to say thank you, Leroy, for being here, man. I appreciate the stories.
I'm going to try to make up some new ones tonight. I'll try to make up some more bull crap. I wish it was that easy. I wish I didn't have these stories in my head to tell you guys. But I'd rather you guys hear it from me than somebody that can't handle it. So at least I could tell you these stories and move on and keep reselling than the person who is stuck homeless because they can't fight through their stories. So anything I tell you guys, I don't want nobody to feel bad for me. I want you guys to learn who I am, my personality, why I jump around and why I do what I do, because it's not about me. It's about just being real, being real. And like I said, I'd rather be able to tell you guys what I do and how I made it out. And then you have people that just can't do it. They don't know how to be honest with themselves, be honest with people they don't even know. So I'm not gonna rant and rave about it, but I just want you guys to know that it's none of this stuff is make believe. All this stuff is, and there's tons more. All this stuff is really from what I've been through. I'm 46 years old. So thank you guys. I appreciate it, Mo. Thank you. You're the best, buddy.
Thank you, man.
And I will be around tomorrow.
Okay. Take it easy, guys. See ya. Thank you.